From Wembley down to every town, the roar is rising now. Red and white beneath the lights, hear the whole world sing aloud.
From the streets of London town to the flags in every hand, dreams are burning brighter now. Football's coming back again.
Oh, raise the banners to the sky.
Hear the nation come alive.
Side by side, we stand as one tonight. Three Lions of 2026.
Hearts on fire, we won't give in.
Through the thunder and the noise,
England marching with one voice.
Three Lions of 2026.
Feel the passion deep within.
Every city, every street.
Hear the whole world move its feet.
England, England,
Oh,
we've dreamed these nights 1,000 times.
now the moment's here.
Generations standing proud.
With hope instead of fear.
From the pubs to packed out fan zones,
Voices echo far and wide.
one more chance to write the story.
With the nation unified.
Raise the banners to the sky.
Hear the nation come alive.
Side by side, we stand as one tonight. Three Lions of 2026.
Hearts on fire, we won't give in.
Through the thunder and the noise,
England marching with one voice.
Three Lions of 2026.
Hear the roar across the land.
From the young to old alike.
England shining through the night. Football's coming home.
Hello, everybody. Oh, there we go.
Any excuse to get that shiny trophy out, Chris?
Oh, hey, you keep your eyes off my shiny trophy, young man. Oh, how the devil are you?
I'm all right, mate. I'm not watching all the matches like Craig has been.
No,
God bless his soul. But I've been keeping up with all the like highlights and that, and I'm into it because Jim America and Tom Reed Canada have got me like looking at the World Cup. They were talking about it, so I wasn't really into it, but they've got me going, and some of the matches have been really good actually.
Excuse me if I start flickering. I don't know. It's a problem I've had with my StreamYard a few times, so just bear with me if I flicker. Look, what about that, eh? What about that?
That's a beauty, Chris. Beauty.
Oh, beef, but and on the bottom, excuse me, to just show you my bottom here, you can see it's got all the winners on.
Oh, that's a cool touch, that is, Chris. Did you ask for that, or is that?
No, it comes with that. It comes with that. One of, believe it or not, it was on TikTok Shop.
Ah.
And it came very, very quickly. And technically, we've won it, so it will sit very nicely with the Premier League and the FA Cup.
It is, Chris, and football's a beautiful game with beautiful trophies.
Yes, indeed. Now, being extremely large as I am, I'm not going to say anything, but Jim, being American, says, "Is that a chocolate trophy?" Now, I mean, maybe for the Americans, but for us Brits, right. Now, let me just say a few hellos. Craig's in. Hello, Craig. How you doing? Love the intro. Thank you very, very much indeed. It does go on a while, but I'm glad it did because it allowed me to sort something out that wasn't right. Clibo is in. Exciting times. Oh my God, what is Roy Keane wearing? I didn't think you were going to get excited by the World Cup, Clibo. Jim is in.
I thought he'd gone off football, Clibo, for a while, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Apart, we must be getting excited again. Doesn't take lots at his age, but Jim is in from America, and look what a game they had and a win. Um, Michael, evening, Chris. Got to say how quick the matches have flown. There's been a lot of them. In fairness, 4 a day. It's a huge World Cup, and of course the thing is they are keeping it within the same number of each. What do you think about 48 teams in the World Cup?
I've
Ray?
listened to all your shows. We're chatting with Craig, Tom, everybody really. And look, I don't agree with it so much. It's like the Champions League; it could get ridiculous. But it used to be where the minnows really were minnows, and they got not very skillful, sat back a lot, gave the ball away a lot. But technically, all these teams, even the lower ranked ones, footballing wise, they look after the ball and they bring the ball out from the back. And the scare one or two of the games, even early on, they might have gone on to lose 5-1, but they've really scared a bit. I'm very impressed with the football, to be honest.
Yes, and I think also as well. Look, they're talking about changing the way qualifications done, moving it more into the Champions League format for qualification, which will be more. I was watching one the other day, and I think it was when Hoddle was manager, and I think I probably said this before, and we had to go and get something in Italy, and I know Butcher, I think, came off with blood out. That was where, and then of course there was Germany, last minute Old Trafford goal by Beckham. If we don't get through, and this is why I do not watch the qualifiers anymore. Thomas Tuchel's going, come on, get behind the team. You're playing fucking San Marino. If you can't beat them,
Yeah.
So it's going to make that easier. And I think people are saying, well, it's San Marino's chance to play England. Well, if San Marino could qualify for the World Cup, surely that would mean more to them.
Yeah. And the bottom line is, it's up to the better teams will find ways of unlocking these teams. But there are no mugs anymore. There's no all these people are playing professional football around in really good leagues, and you can see the difference. The footballing quality on the ball is better. And one thing is the officiating, as it Michael said. The officiating this has really kept the game flowing.
There's been some bad decisions, though, hasn't there?
Yeah. You will get that though, Chris. I mean, was it the one yesterday? He was like, was it no penalty where he should have? Yeah,
the Switzerland one. I mean, I just can't believe it. But we seem to be getting quicker decisions with VAR. I mean, I'm just going through some of these games here. Look, we've got to say this is the biggest upset so far, and it wasn't an upset as such. But Spain 0, Cape Verde 0.
Yeah, and they were really good. That was the team I was very impressed with. They symbolised the fact that teams like Cape Verde, all those teams that are ranked like 100 odd in the world, they are really good at playing football, and they weren't panicking on the ball. Because back in the day, they used to just boot the ball long, the ball came back, but teams were able to keep hold of the ball a lot more.
Yeah.
And was it where they got one chance? They got one chance. The guy just panic. It's just panic around the box, don't they?
Yeah. How to gain 50 million X followers overnight? Become a goalkeeper for Cape Verde and play Spain. I mean, Egypt held Belgium. Saudi Arabia held Uruguay. Sometimes it kind of goes as the script would say, like Sweden 5, Tunisia 1. You got to say that was probably not expected. Iraq managed to. They were drawing with Norway at one point. Senegal were drawing with France at one point. The Argentina Algeria game. Good God, 5 minutes in, and there was 2 disallowed goals.
Yeah. I do like the way the officiating, the way the games are managed. Apart from one or two. Well, almost like you hear there's match fixing in tournaments, and you're thinking, oh my goodness. But the actual way the games are being run, I'm really impressed with it. It sped the game up, because in the Premier League, they must have looked at the Premier League and thought, what a bloody mess VAR is in the Premier League.
Yeah. I mean, Jordan did end up losing 3-1 to Austria. I was very surprised because, of course, Jordan does like two up front. And
Hey,
when a joke's good, it's worth repeating. And I've repeated that one about 10 times. And just finished now. I mean, look, Portugal and, with Ronaldo and who's the other guy from Man United that we all hate?
Fernandez.
Fernandez won.
He was
Congo
in my fancy Premier League team. He got me loads of points, Chris.
He got himself loads of points. I mean, the guy, I can't stand him. Either of them, to be honest with you. That was 1-1. We got Croatia tonight. Look, the team news is going along the bottom, and we will come to that in a second. But obviously, the first game here is we're up against Croatia. Now, this is technically the toughest game in our group for us, isn't it?
100%, 100%. Both teams will be desperate to definitely not lose this game anyway.
Or do you think it's a good thing that we've got the strongest game first rather than sort of last?
Yeah,
Because you'd hope by the time we get to Panama that we've hopefully got 2 wins and we're as good as through.
Yeah, that would be nice because I think you guys talked about it. It'd be nice to rotate, wouldn't it, if it's in the bag? Because really, 3 points, it pretty much sets you up for, especially if it's against the strongest team, it sets you up for qualification, doesn't it? I mean, What's qualification? 5 points or something you need maybe for the third place. So, yeah, but England has normally done well on the opening game, I think, in tournaments recently. So,
having said that, necessarily picking the easiest game at the end didn't exactly do as well when we when we played Costa Rica, did it?
we've got past form, Chris.
We have. If anybody's watching ITV now, that does not go with Roy Keane's hard man image. He's got like a short sleeve shirt on, but he's got like flowers on it.
He has.
As the missus put that on you there, Roy. What the hell?
It looks like he's took up surfing, doesn't
it? Yes. Oh, indeed he does. Look, we all know we've got history with Croatia, haven't we?
We have. They're heartbreakers, Chris. I mean, Modric. I mean, how old is Modric now? 40? Is he 40?
Well, they might have to have a wheelchair break for him. Actually, just before we get on to this, what do you think about the hydration breaks? Because obviously, the moaner that is Virgil van Dijk, although I must admit he's done well for himself since Thunderbirds finished, but Virgil van Dijk moaning about the hydration breaks. I get it in a way, but I don't know.
I've heard you on previous shows, Chris. You just wanted a good old argument about it. Yeah.
We did.
I think it's a load of bollocks, to be honest. And look, if it's really hot, fair enough. But they don't need to, like Tom had a really good thing. Was it Tom said, why don't they just have it go to where the goalkeeper is? They don't need to have it. You said that. That's a brilliant idea.
Yes. Yeah.
I do apologise, Chris, because that's when I heard that, I thought, that's so simple, but it's such a brilliant idea.
Yeah. I mean, even Craig had to kind of agree. The problem is, yes, they should have the breaks, right? I mean, it's bloody hot out there. It's all right if you're Brazil or you're used to playing in that sort of heat. But, England, Scotland, we're sort of, if it gets above 10 degrees centigrade, we're sweating. But so, yes, I think you do need that high. So Jack Charlton said last time it was in America, if they don't do something about it, somebody's going to die. So I get it, but no, it's I know what Craig was trying to say. Oh, it's breaking the game up with one team's on top. It is, but it's coming. It's no different.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
It's no different to where you were going over and doing 20 rollovers and a handstand because he was clipped and stopping the game. It's not as bad as that. But send them to the goalpost, and the coaches and the managers don't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, I suppose so. And another flip side to look at it is you think about all the interruptions that FIFA has stamped down on in this World Cup. Quick throw-ins, the keeper. If you're injured, you know, if it's a genuine injury, if you go off the pitch. So it'd be interesting to see how much, because the analytics of the game played says so many minutes of throw-ins, time wasting, and it seems that FIFA, the more pleasurable to watch the matches, I think.
Yeah.
Don't you think the matches have a better fun?
Yeah, Prashad's made a good point there, please, guys. When we get to the match itself, no spoilers. It seems North America's about 20 seconds ahead. We're all going to be at different stages depending where we're watching and how we're watching. If you're watching it on digital, it might be a bit behind or a bit advanced. Basically, I'm not in the commentary. I'm in the back. I don't put people in a timeout if they do a spoiler. I just kick their arse out the group altogether, and there's no coming back. So yeah, be warned. Be warned. 11 meetings between us. England, we've won 6, as you can see. Croatia 3, 2 draws. It does seem like they seem to win the biggies, though, isn't it?
It does, and they're the ones that count, and that's because I mean, Modric is 40 years old, 40, Chris, and that's central midfield. If you sweep at the back or something, if you're a keeper, but 40 for an outfield midfield player, that's exceptional. And just to crowbar Leicester in, Chris, Sammy Braybrook, when before he got his first serious injury with Alves, he was listed as Leicester's Modric. He was like to lose Modric. He was that highly thought of.
Well done at getting Leicester in there, mate.
There you go, Tom. Sammy Braybrook.
I thought it might have been Monga, but I'll give you that one. In fact, you crowbarred that in before I've crowbarred any holiday destination in at all.
It's coming, Chris. It will be coming. No.
Yeah. Oh, it will be. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your little head about it. It will be coming. Look, you can see there. Croatia won the biggest one of all, the 2018 World Cup semi-final. When you look at that, there was the Euro 2020. We beat them 1-0. Before that, we beat them 5-1 in Croatia. In the World Cup qualifiers, and Euro 2024 we beat them. One that's not been listed there because AI, you left it off. I know it's embarrassing, but you had to put it on. Wally and the Brolly time.
What's that, Chris? What?
Wally and the Brolly. Steve McLaren. When we failed to get to and he was still at the side with his brolly, and it got nicknamed Wally in the Brolly.
Yeah, he's the most uninspiring England manager we've ever had.
Yes,
literally, it was like cardboard, that team.
Yeah. I was watching a YouTube show, and it was like, basically, is McLaren the worst ever England manager? I mean, I think in all the games we played, he was changing formation every other week and what have you. But that was embarrassing because we could have still qualified at that point. But look,
I mean, imagine him coming to if you're part of a company, not a sales team. Imagine him coming to give a pep talk for your sales team, Chris.
I'd rather not. Look, let's talk, because we'll get the elephant in the room out the way first, and that is obviously Thomas Tuchel taking over from Gareth Southgate. Gareth Southgate, who's just popped up on TikTok talking about his favourite all-time England goals as a manager. Look, you know me, I was a fan of Southgate. Yes, we could have got further if he'd done different things, but then you're always going to say that about the manager. Look, to me, he was the most successful manager that we have had for England. After after losing the 70 in the quarterfinals in the 1970 World Cup, we literally didn't qualify for the next Euros, whatever it was, under Alf Ramsey. Bobby Robson, who you think of as being one of the best managers, he didn't qualify for a couple of tournaments as well. we have been more successful apart from winning under Gareth Southgate than any other manager. And people say, well, he should have done this, we would have won it. We should have done that, we would have won it. Should have, would have, could have. If I'd have been born in America, I might be going out with, Miley Cyrus now. I mean, there's all of those, isn't there? To me, I like Tuchel, but it's a difficult job for him following on from what Southgate achieved.
It is, and I'm watching that Dear England Southgate. It's like a drama based on a lot of factual conversations, and that is a fascinating watch because it goes into the background of. He said historically England have always lost penalty shootouts. They've always fallen at the end, and he got a mental health coach in. They analysed, for instance, that the average time, average amount of seconds from when the ref blew the whistle to England players kicking the ball in a penalty shootout was 2.6 seconds or 2.4. Said Germany were the slowest at over 8 seconds, but Germany were far more successful in penalty shootouts. So it's saying, like England players felt the need to get the penalty over with. Just because the referee blows a whistle, he's not saying you must take that free kick now. You decide, the goalkeeper's messing around on the back. You decide when you take that penalty and you take ownership of it. So he did a lot of things. And you look at the stats, World Cup semi-finals, Euro 2020 final, World Cup quarter-finals and Euro quarter-finals. And it's fine lines that separate winners to all the people that came second, third and fourth in the Masters are not shit. They're exceptional golfers. It's just something on the day or, whatever. It's such fine margins, minuscule margins.
I mean, Stuart says they're knighted for winning nothing. Knighted for getting us to 2 finals and a World Cup semi. I mean, what? See, this is where I say, and sorry, Stuart, but I'm going to say this. This is where I look at England fans and go, must be a Man United fan, because you're so entitled. You think because we got to the final that we were going to win it. If he'd done what you said he'd done, there's no guarantee we would have won that. Even if he'd done that. Jim's saying there, and all right, he's tongue-in-cheek, like it if he played Cole Palmer more. A Leicester manager comes in, Russell Martin comes in, and if he doesn't do well, he's going to have every single Leicester fan going mad at him. The England manager comes in, he's got every single football fan, no matter what club they support, going mad at him. And I'll tell you something, Stuart, if you would, and I'm not saying you're having a go at him, but would you sooner go back and have Graham Taylor as your manager? Would you sooner go back and have Kevin Keegan as your manager? Because it was worse then. It really was. But I think Tuchel, I think he's the right man. Getting over the fact that he's German, which obviously I think it should be an Englishman, but then there's not a big pond to fish in that, is it? But I look at this squad and I think it's a brilliant squad. Mixture of youth and poor old Harry Maguire crying, oh, boo, 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 I've been left out, Mummy, I've been left out. Will you go mad at Tuchel for me, please? Fuck off. You know what I mean? Just because you could be the best player. I mean, we could have Lionel Messi, he could be English, but if he doesn't fit in to Tuchel's plans, just don't pick him. We had that with Gerrard and Lampard. Both good players, but they couldn't play together, but we felt we had to pick them.
One thing as well, so Tuchel does seem to play people. I'm not a fan of a couple of people he's put in the squad and admitted, but he's definitely made changes. And one thing about that Dear England, that Steve Holland, there was a real noticeable bit in that where he took over, he'd try and change the culture, try and change the mentality of the England players in the squad to be a more sort of brotherhood, basically. Because before that, there were different teams, had different cliques. He stopped all that. But there's one bit where they're sort of doing all right, but then Steve Holland, they're on about selecting the squad for the next competition. He says, look, Gareth, he says, when we both started, we said we've got loads of fantastic youth players in the 16, under 17, under 18, under 21s. This is the time we've got the chance to play all these young players that we both really believe in. Yet we're still hanging on to some of the older players. And after that, he phoned Jamie Vardy, Eric Dyer. He had a chat with Wayne Rooney and said, "Look, you know, thanks a lot." And he that's a real ballsy decision that Southgate
It is, but it's also the sign of a good manager that he's listening.
Yes.
To advice.
Yeah.
But look, we are looking at the moment. It is about 25 minutes to. Well, we're going to come to that now, Prashant. As it happens, I'm going to be careful how I say that. But we're about 30 minutes, just over 30 minutes till kickoff. It's 12:29 in Los Angeles and 3:29 if you're joining us from Beijing, which I'm sure millions of people are. Oh, no, this is the squad. What do you think of the squad? And it's going across the bottom as well.
Well, I had my team. I had Conser, Gay and Stones as a back three, Reece James and O'Reilly as wing backs, Anderson and Rice in the middle, Saka and Gordon with Kane up front. So it's not too far off, to be honest. I mean, Stones, I was surprised at him coming into the England squad because he has been injured for quite a while for Man City. He's not played a lot of games. But Anderson and Anderson in the middle and Rice, I mean, that's a world-class midfield. Anderson, his stats for the Premier League are absolutely insane. There's a reason why Man City have bought him, because he just leads the stats in midfield. He's just got everything. And it's like the son-in-law, he and grandson, they support Newcastle, and they were gutted when they had to sell Anderson because they had to sell him for 25 million to meet PSR, Newcastle. He was with Newcastle from 8 years old, and that to sell him to meet PSR, like we had to sell Dewsbury Hall. So, yeah, I think we've got a brilliant squad. We've got danger there. I thought Saka would be ahead of Madueke because Madueke he's had
a bit worried about Saka. He's kind of an injury, isn't he?
Yeah, he's had it. So he was in my fantasy football team, but I took him out because he just wasn't playing regularly enough. And he was out for a while, and Madueke took his place. And that's how Arsenal won the league, because they had, you know, Saka's injured and they've got Madueke as a backup. Yes. So he's a backup, but he's good on both feet. Gordon's dangerous player. And with Bellingham, it's just whether they can all. We had great, brilliant England teams before. It's just like you said, Lampard and Gerrard. It's whether they can all knit and work together, isn't it?
Yes. Well, let's look at the team then. So you got Pickford in goal. I think that's pretty much a done and dusted. I mean, it's good to see some of the younger ones. You were talking about Modric earlier. I mean, I thought Ronaldo's the last World Cup was his last one. Messi was saying he was going to retire after that. They're still there. They're still, you know, hanging on in there.
Well, but Messi's had a bit of a poor start, hasn't he?
Yes, in fairness to him. Well, he should have had 4, but one of them was cancelled. But yeah, Pickford in goal, I think we're pretty much. In fact, I tell you what I'm going to do, as I just run through this, I just want to bring this up because this was something that I did when we first did a show about his, you know, when he announced his squad. I don't know if I've still got it somewhere. So I just wanted to see. First, while we're doing this, come on, formation. 4-2-3-1.
It's down as 4-2-3-1, but I mean, that to me looks like it could be 4-3-3. Yeah. You know, it depends. Look, all teams will say 4-2-3-1, but that might change in game depending on the formation they're playing. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
All right. So this is what we came up. I asked AI to come up with the best starting 11 based on Tuchel's choices and based on club form and what have you. And he came up with Pickford, James, Conser, Gayu, and Livramento. Now we know Livramento's had to go home, so we get that. He's got Rice and Anderson in the middle, which is obviously what we're there. He did have Saka. He's got Bellingham and Gordon and Kane. So actually, well done, I. She didn't do too bad coming up with that, did she? Really?
No, she picks very similar side to me, Chris. You know, look, Livramento's had a brilliant. He's such a quality player, Livramento. When I first heard him playing for Newcastle, wasn't it? I thought, then think he's English. Hey, up.
Yes.
He's English.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, you know, Reece James is a world class player. Unfortunately, he's probably played half the matches in his Chelsea career because he's been injured for all those times. So that's my only thing with him, including Stones and James in the squad. And there's one more player that is included in the squad, and they're also prone to injury. They're getting on a bit. So, yeah, if James is fit, he's such a quality player. He can drift into midfield. O'Reilly, I mean, he's had a storming season for Man City. Storming season. He's not used to play as a number 10. So he's a fullback who likes to get forward. It's an exciting team, Chris, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, Prashant said 4-2-3-1, and all the Leicester fans will start to relive their trauma. I mean, it'd be interesting to see, because we know that's one of the formations that Martin likes, and whether, you know, if it works, and this works, when we do know it's the players that are shit.
I mean, thing with O'Reilly, if O'Reilly or James Bond forward, then that makes up a 3 midfield with kind of 3 at the back. So it's a 3-3-3-1 sort of thing. So in match, you know, that will be fluid, although it's starting, it'll be fluid.
Do you see Anderson or Rice more as the holding midfielder there?
Well, interestingly, Anderson scored a screamer towards the end of the season. Look, so in fantasy football, if you've got Anderson in his team compared to Rodgers and everybody, he gets you far more points because Anderson always hits his defence contributions. So in other words, even when Forest were really shit, Anderson was scoring loads of points because he worked his socks off and he covered the defence very well. Yeah. But he has got a lot of attacking intent. So Rice is the same. I mean, look at Rice's 2 goals against Real Madrid in the Champions League. His 2 free kicks. Remember?
Yeah.
The first one was brilliant. The second one started outside the post. And do you know the interesting fact about Rice in those 2 goals, Chris? Rice had never scored a goal from a free kick before.
No.
Match.
Wow. Bellingham, I think we always knew was going to start. Gordon, is that a bit of a surprise for you?
He's been injured a lot. But is it Real Madrid he's gone to or Barcelona? Barcelona isn't, I think.
One of them. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So he's a quality player. I think he's brilliant. But I don't mind him going because it means Harvey Barnes can get in for Newcastle.
He's not one of ours now.
No, but Barnes, when when Gordon was injured and Barnes had to play, my God, Barnes scored some fantastic goals. He
did. I didn't, and the Newcastle fans are like, where's he been? You know, and Kane up front. I mean, look, he had to leave Spurs to win something. We shouldn't be surprised with that, should we? I'm not saying that, you know, everybody's saying what a fantastic goal scorer he is. Look, he's playing for Bayern Munich in Germany, which is almost like Scotland's Premier League Mark II. Barcelona, cheers, Prashant. You know, I mean, you know, if you don't go to Bayern Munich and score goals and win trophies, then something's wrong. You know, like I say, they're always going to be up there. So it's no surprise, but let's hope he's got the confidence in. Because I've got to say, those 2 pre-World Cup friendlies, I was watching England and we were like, you know, we were fucking awful. I mean, I think we won 1-0. Did we draw the other one or something?
I think it was early days of Tuchel trying to work out what is best, like team.
But he's had 11 or so games up to now, in, you know, all qualifications. You should know what his best starting 11 is. Is that his best starting 11?
Yeah, I'd say apart from maybe Saka from Madueke, and I did expect that's Mark Gahey. I'm surprised Stones is in for Mark Gahey because Mark Gahey's had a brilliant season for Palace. Went to Man City, just carried on. And in fact, he played every single game when he went to Man City. He wasn't rotated like a lot of players. He played every. So, yeah. So, look, Kane's a world-class striker. And he's like scored 60-odd goals this season for Bayern, which Vardy scored in all the way up. Struggled a bit in the Championship. Once he got his feet, we know what happened to Vardy. So Kane's quality, his penalty success rate is very high in pressure situations.
Unless you're playing France in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, well,
it happened. Look, Kane's one of those players. I hate him, but when he puts that England shirt on, I love him. Of course I do. No,
he's got a fearsome shot though, Chris, and he does disguise his shot very well.
And he drops down a little bit, doesn't he? And plays that kind of, false 9-10 role sort of thing. And that confuses them. Look, this is the Croatia lineup. I guess there's going to be some here we know. In the midfield, Stanisic, Modric, Perisic. Oh, look, and Ahmed Musa's back up front.
I'll tell you who's in there. Guardiola is a brilliant player. Modric and Perisic and Stanisic, they're good players as well.
Yes. Yes.
Look, with Modric, he's one of those players. It's like Messi. People saying, "Oh, he's getting a bit old." What quality, Messi? When you've got quality, you've got quality. And Modric must be like Vardy. He must have an oxygen setup at his own because, to be playing as Vardy's playing, in interviews, Vardy says the only way you can playing to my age is if you eat everything right. You got all the rehab because you've got all the rehab stuff at home, hasn't he, Vardy?
Yes.
So Modric is world class. He is world class.
He is. But like you say, it's hot out there. They've got quite a few aging players.
But Modric is one of those players. Who was it? What was one of those great players? Says brilliant players learn to stand still.
Yeah.
You get really good quality midfielders, and they don't run around blowing a gasket. They just use it. Some people see things in advance. It's like what you said about who's it went to non-league, and you said Gascoigne. You gave that example often, don't you? But Gascoigne's vision.
Yes.
And Modric is super high level intelligence. He can hurt you with if a forward's making a run, he can deliver that pass into the box. Dangerous.
Yes. Look at England, 4th in the world rankings. God knows I. Adam, Mike, how you doing? Come to watch the best home nation, are we? How are Wales getting on in this World Cup? Oh, yes, no, they're not there, are they? Sorry, Mike, sorry. Come on, I did it early, got it out of the way. England go into this last 5 games, won 3, lost 1, drawn 1. Croatia, they're 11th in the world. They dropped down from 10th because of results in this World Cup. They've won 3, lost 2. I don't know, England 4th. What? Come on,
Yeah, look, our midfield, one thing I say about Modric is our midfield of Anderson and Rice. Right. So when we play football with mates, he's an Arsenal fan. And I went, oh my God, 100-odd million for Rice, 100-odd million from West Ham. He's not. Yeah. You watch him in the Champions League, and you watch him through the season.
Yeah,
he's world class midfielder. But he wants to stay in London. He could have gone to somewhere like Barcelona or whatever, but he wants to play in London to be near his family. And Anderson is insanely good in midfield. Insanely good.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be too strong for them, Chris.
Yeah. Mike, cheers, mate. Look, I know it's banter. You know what I love about Mike, because he's a Newport fan and a Wales fan. And what I love about Mike is his passion. I was watching the video you did earlier, mate, about your new signing. You might need to redo that. You were outside, and I don't think the sound came across very well. But the passion that guy has for Wales is unreal. Unreal. I love you to bits, mate. So, yeah, we've got Croatia today. In 5 days' time, we've got Ghana. where we might be facing, of course, the powerhouse that is Jordan Ayew. And
Didn't get on though, did he? I don't think he got on, did he? In that game?
did he not? Oh, I don't know. I'm using him anyway because I like taking the piss out of him. England are playing Panama, and don't make me emotional. Who's your dark horses for this World Cup? I've come out and said my dark horses are Morocco.
Yeah, I really like Morocco, Chris. Really like Morocco. I think Sweden, they've got a good side. Really like the way Sweden are. I think they're balanced.
With Mr. Potter in charge.
I think Portugal, though. I know you got the Ronaldo like bandwagon, but you got Fernandes. You got some great players in midfield and defence. I think Portugal, at least quarters, maybe semi. What about you, Chris? Apart from,
I've gone Morocco because I do think they will do well. Ryan says Norway, and so does Mike. Actually, a couple of people there going for Norway.
Haaland looks on form, doesn't he? Actually,
well, he does. But I always say, I've got to say, look, we did the shit shirt show with Doug a while ago, and Egypt, says Prashant.
yeah.
And there's two shirts that I loved. Jim's going to love this because one of them was America. I love that red thingy, my Bob shirt. And the other one was Norway. What a kit they were playing in yesterday. They're all red with the blue cross on. That's what England should be fucking doing, not this arsehole in plain white shit. They should have a red shirt or a white shirt with a red cross on it because that's the bloody flag, not blue. Blue Scotland,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Did you see their early release? They released the first team colours, the away kit, and then they all did in the same position. No, one was Vikings, so one they all lined up like Vikings.
Oh yes, I did. Yes.
The next one was the home kit, and the next one was the first professional club they played for. I thought, what a brilliant idea! But that shows you they're on it. They're on it.
Yes, yeah. Well, look, the FA, they've got to give them a chance. By the time they've wandered to the toilet and come back again, that's a couple of hours gone, isn't it? When I did my predictions, I actually came up with I had them Argentina winning.
Really?
Yeah. I did the predictions. I was on the Telegraph, and it was great because it works it out, and I have Scotland going through as third choice. There you go. Best two kits in the World Cup, yeah. But don't forget, if Germany's watching, 2 World Wars and an FA Cup and a World Cup. There you go. Cause controversy. So yeah, and Argentina would be only the second team to win it back to back. And it's a bit worrying because the more of these shows I watch, there's a lot of corruption gone on with Jim's American CIA friends. Have you
seen that's Jim looking the?
I know what a handsome man, a silver fox.
Wow.
He's got all the women in Florida chasing him, including Melania Trump.
Yeah.
So I had
Oh no, you just worried him now, Chris.
He's looking over his shoulder. Yeah, so I've gone for Argentina to win it. Morocco are my dark horses. I want to see one of the smaller teams do it. And I know they won't. But the other one I've probably got a slight feeling for is Japan.
Japan are brilliant. I mean, the way they scored those two, got equalised and then equalised again. They're very impressive, Japan. Very impressive. They've always, the rugby teams have always punched way above the weight. The attitude they give 100%. And they're very, very good technically. And also, when they decide to attack, they attack with intent and power.
And do you know what I love about Japan? The fans clean the stadium up at the end of the game. It's brilliant.
You got that, and then you're driving around your local town, and you're thinking, what a shithole.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you see somebody drive by in a car and they just chuck some crisp packets out of the window.
Yes, I know. Oh, it's brilliant that. Well done, Japan. Yeah, Clibo's agreeing with me, which is a bit scary. I've got to say that picture you showed of Jim, is that his night attire? Like, get ready, Bev. Substitutes coming on. I'm in the
Well,
mood to score tonight.
you got Jim's like psychedelic top, then you got Clibo's. What was Clibo saying in his open top leather sandals? He's got his.
It's a scary thought, wasn't it?
I know.
Yeah. What do you? I mean, that top. I mean, I had to take him out of the chat last night because he had that Belgium top on. Did Craig? It was a little bit worrying. I'm not going to ask that he has said he's going to buy me one.
That's right. He says Clibo had his silk kimono on.
That was it. The silk kimono. Oh yes. Oh yes. You be ready for this, Clibo. You be ready. I want to say I have actually got I've got a few England shirts, and some of them are feeling a little bit tight. I've got to say, my moves are growing. I'm turning into Katie Price slowly. I have bought another shirt that is non-England.
Really?
But
it's not the same as Craig's one, is it? That one was.
Oh no, that Belgian one. The only time I'd buy that just to wipe my arse with. It really does. I mean, I like the Canada away one. What else did I like? Oh, DR Congo. I like their away one as well. I've got England's away, so wait and see. I don't know if it'll come before the end of the World Cup or not. That's the question.
I was going to wear mine, but I haven't worn it that long. I think it needs a wash.
Mine can walk to the washing machine on their own. All right. Score predictions for tonight. I have it on as we speak. That is a little bit worrying. Clibo, he's got a bit of a bad back, so every time he comes on the show, 9 times out of 10, it's live from his bedroom, which is a show on its own, to be honest.
He's got his bed, but he's also got a chaise lounge in his bedroom, so he's just lying there.
Lies there. Yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't got like when they lie down and they got like one of the legs is up. You can't.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
One of those long cigarette
holders. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, with this silk. Look, I have to stop this. Craig will be getting hard. Let's do this. But score predictions for tonight, sir.
I think it's going to be tight. I think England 2-1.
Whoa. Okay. I am worried. I'm not going to deny it. I am really worried, Wayne. And my pen's run out. There we go. So you're going to go 2-1. That was my thought. Before you said it, I thought I'm going to go 2-1. I don't know. Would a draw be a bad result?
No.
Because we have got the easiest games, but then so have Croatia got the easier games as well.
That's the one thing.
To get one.
With that side, you look at that side on paper and mark them against the opposition. If we play and fit together, which hopefully Tuchel's done, we should win that game.
Now I'm torn because I've got the 2-1 that you've gone for that I've actually gone for. I'm going to go 2-1, but I can see what Clibo's saying. Prashant's gone 2-0, but I think we will concede. It will be just like England to concede. I'm hoping that any minute now that the two people that are going to be doing the commentating will actually.
Do you know what's interesting? You know, Bielsa's managing Uruguay, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you know Bielsa, when he went to Leeds, did you know that he asked the local people how long it took them, how many hours they'd have to work to buy a ticket to watch Leeds? And when he found out, he made all the Leeds players. So they said it'd take the average person 3 hours, go work 3 hours to buy a ticket to watch a Leeds match. And Bielsa
Yeah.
made the players, rather than training, made them go around and clean the ground for 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, to
Wow.
establish respect for the fans.
Did you see? I saw it was a thing on TikTok. He says you can never take a man away from his bucket or something. But Bielsa, is he a manager at this World Cup?
Yeah, he's managing Uruguay, isn't he?
Uruguay, that's it.
Yeah.
And he'd wheeled like the drinks thing out to put down so he could sit on that, and he sat down on it. And the fourth official came, made him stand up, and got him to move back.
Because that when he was in the Premier League, that was his most iconic.
Yeah.
Sat in there hunched over on the bottom chair.
Yes, yeah. Paul's gone 2-0 to England as well. Tom's in. We're just waiting for Reese, who is going to be late. Then we'll bring you in, Tom. So do you still got time to get your predictions in? Japan and my dark horse, Paul. Yeah, I said Morocco, but then Wayne asked me for another one, and I did go Japan in the end. Now I just hope that Tom is on his A game today, because we don't want him missing any goals, do we?
No, that's typical. He'll never live that down, will he? Hey.
I can see he's not happy. I can see below in the studio. But we're going to get out of the group, aren't we?
Yes, we are, Chris. We are. We should look. If we don't, that's a travesty. It's like Clibo said. You know, if we end up in the playoffs in the League One, that is ridiculous. And this is the best squad we've had for a long time.
Yeah, they're doing the national anthems. I wonder how many people sing Queen instead of King. If Croatia is on it, then we'll be England. Depends if they turn up. Clibo, I know you're in. Were you going to give Reese a kick up the arse? Oh, I mean, in fairness, I did say 5 minutes before, which is it's now 4 minutes before. Give him a kick up the fucking arsehole, will you? They might as well start without him. And you can't get the staff these days, can you? You know.
It is confusing with the Central European time, and I had to clarify with you, didn't it? Whether it was 7 o'clock
yes.
or 8. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's a good job. It's a good job Daddy Chris was here to point you in the right direction. And here he is. Here he is. Right, everybody. It is the watch along. Wayne, I will see you at half time. What we'll do now is we will go over live to the studio and live to the ground and get our commentary team of Tom and Reese in. See you at half time, mate.
Cheers, mate.
And look at that, as seamless as you like, guys. Evening, everyone. Evening, Reese. How are you feeling, bud, as the players are out on the pitch now, getting ready to start this one, mate?
Yeah, can't wait. I'm looking forward to this. You've got your own Gary Neville of you now, so yeah, it's going to be a good watch. Very excited, and hopefully we can get off to a good start because we need it.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, I mean, we should do some predictions now, really, shouldn't we, before we get started? Because everyone else was chucking theirs in the chat, as we've seen. As I keep chucking those in. Evening to Clivo and everyone else. I'm going to go I think this game is going to be quite tight. I think neither team wants to give up too much too early, because this is a game on paper, you'd argue, could be a semi-final or quarter-final of a World Cup, and it has been in not too distant memory, right? When you argue there's no groups of death, I mean, this is one of the hardest games we could have got. 4th in the world versus 11th in the world, isn't it, Reece? So I'm going to predict, hopefully, to calm it the opposite way, England 1, Croatia 1, but I don't think that's a disaster. What do you think today, mate?
I think it's important that you win your first game. It takes the pressure off you to win your other 2 games in the group. And I think actually Ghana is a harder opposition in these weather conditions than Croatia. I think Croatia are a bit more slower and sluggish. They've got good ball players like Modric and Brozovic and players like that. But I think it's important that we use our pace to get behind their slow defence. And I actually think we'll win this game 2-0.
Okay, I love it, mate. I love the confidence. Just to quickly apologise, everyone. I'm not wearing an England shirt because I've got a box filled with Leicester shirts and a few England shirts, but I've lost it because I've been moving recently. So I have no idea what any of them are. So I've gone for a Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt because his Hall of Fame induction was in this stadium. And I thought, arrive, raise hell, leave. Perfect for what we want to do tonight for England. And like Chris has said there, guys, in the chat, no spoilers. Wait for the lads to announce it. We'll work out, Reese, who's slightly ahead of the other when the game gets underway in a minute. It's normally that way. Hopefully we'll be on the same. I'm currently seeing the team being shown on screen. I'm not sure where you are.
So am I.
Okay, so we should all be pretty close here, guys. We should be pretty close. Interesting enough, just a little bit of a side note, I noticed when I was doing my research for tonight's game, the striker up top today for Croatia, is it Musa, number 26? Do you know who he plays for, Reese?
I'm not too sure, to be honest with you, Tom. I can do a bit of Google research.
No, it's all right, mate. I can tell you. It was just more of a funny question I wanted to bring into the chat. He actually plays for Dallas. So he's actually technically playing in his home city. I mean, they don't play in this stadium because this is obviously the NFL stadium, but, you know, he plays in the city. So that's interesting how they've gone for him up top when they've also got Kramaric. And also to say the roof is closed today, guys, everyone watching. So, of course, there is air conditioning. It's about 33, 35 degrees in between that range outside the stadium. In the stadium, it's nicely air conditioned to 21. We're just seeing a kick up from an England player on the centre circle ready to start this. And then Chris will obviously start the timer for us as well and all the rest of it. But, yeah, so here we go, Reece. So, yeah, are you nervous for this, bud?
I wouldn't say I'm nervous. I'm more. I just want to get the job done tonight. Get the job done. Get the pressure off you a little bit, and then we can hopefully ease some of the players like Saka, like Rashford, and maybe ease them into the game sort of, and get a comfortable lead, and then get players like Saka on the pitch. Get some legs, because Saka's been injured. So we were just about to kick off with Declan Rice getting ready to take us away.
I've got it as well, mate. I'll see when I've gone and you'll see where you are and we can work around that. Yeah, so no spoilers, guys, in the chat. Hey, Prashant, good to see you, bud. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Hope you're enjoying your cricket, mate. Unbelievable stuff. Right, and here we go. It's underway. Are you the same time as me, bud?
Croatia have got the ball now.
Oh, okay, so you're slightly ahead of me. Okay, so I'm just seeing the goalkeeper kick it long, all right? So you're probably, 30 seconds?
Right. Okay, I'm at 20 seconds now, so...
Okay, so you're going to know what's going to happen. So when you celebrate, you can jump to you, mate, all right? Hopefully it'll be quick, all right? It's always the way it goes, mate. I normally end up like 30 seconds behind. I blame living in Devon as part of that reason, which is part of it.
Yeah.
But there we go. Interesting tactically tonight. So Croatia have got the ball here. I mean, we've gone for the 4-2-3-1. They've gone for the 3-4-2-1. How do you see that matching up, Reece? I think it'll be quite tight of a game because of that.
I think you'll see Croatia try and keep it very compact because they know what pace we've got in behind. I think they'll go for, when they're in a defensive structure, they'll look to go back to a back five to deal with the likes of Gordon and Madueke trying to run in behind. So, but hopefully we'll be good enough to break them down. It's a lovely ball there from Pickford and a bit under pressure here.
Yeah, it seems to be going back and forth right now. Both goalkeepers have gone long with goal kicks here, haven't they? Yeah, a bit of pressure just to kick it out here. But yeah, I think it's interesting because I think the way this game's going to unfold would arguably be probably through. Oh my word, what is going on here?
Croatia have got a corner now, 1 minute 30.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah,
too busy messing about with the back there. You need to just settle down. There's no need to. It's the start of the game. Let's calm the nerves down, lads.
I think it's surprising how both teams have gone quite high press here early, haven't they? I think actually because there was a feeling in my mind that obviously it's going to be quite a hot day. There probably won't be that much energy in the game as we've seen in other games. It's the opposite because obviously it's air-conned, everything's nice and cool. And I think actually both teams are quite pretty strong here.
Yeah, obviously zonal marking system here from England at the corner. Pickford under a bit of pressure. Perisic is just going to whip it in now.
Yeah, no worries, mate. You take the lead on the corner, bud.
Ooh.
Close.
Yeah, very. Yeah, not. He skied it there, but it was free at the back post there. We need to tighten up at the back there on these corners.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try and reset my stream a minute, mate. The interesting thing is, both of us have got sort of middling sizes in our teams. I think Croatia the 11th tallest in the competition. We're the 14th. So, yeah, wait, Chris, if I'm behind him, it's not going to work, is it? So let me try and get in front of him. Hang on. It's all well and good, but the technical side of it. Well, I'm on 245. What are you on, Reece?
240, 250 now.
Okay, I'm exactly the same as you. Ideal. So I've got
Real
England
flex.
playing it back to Pickford. There we go. So Pickford's now
Yes,
got the ball at
perfect.
his feet, guys.
Yeah,
He's got a bit
perfect.
of pressure here, and he's going to play it down here. And we're going to have Konsa come forward, but now trying to bring the ball towards the halfway line. Croatia are pressing really highly here.
Yeah, they are. Very surprised how they're approaching the game here, especially that they've got an older team than us. But you know, at the end of the day, it might work in our favour. We can caveat that in the second half when they're a bit more tired.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Perisic surprisingly got really high up the pitch there. He's playing as the fullback today, and with his age, you wonder if that's the best fit for him. But he's such a technically gifted player, and a similar way to Modric, isn't he? And as I talk about now, Modric is picking the ball up and pinging it over halfway line here. England pressing up, trying to intercept the ball halfway into our own half. And now, can we break over the halfway line, Reece?
Yes, hopefully can. Madueke had the ball out on the right, but he's gone back to Reece James there, and I think we're trying to slow the game down, carry the tempo a little bit because you know, Croatia have had a bit of a stronger start here than us.
Yeah, about 4 minutes gone, guys, and you would argue so far that Croatia have looked a little bit more live there. We're probably trying to take the sting out of the game here for a moment, but there's some nice triangle football happening on this near-hand side now. Unfortunately, the final pass there from Madueke's gone a little bit skyward, but in good news, he's won it back here. Kane dropping back as a false nine, trying to feed in the wing there for Gordon, intercepted well by Vucevic, I believe. I'm getting the name right. Vuskovic, sorry, my apologies.
Yeah, that was a bit better. Madueke showing his high pressing game there really well, and there's a reason why Leicester tried to sign him. That's a good ball, but Pickford did really well.
Ball over the top there, and Pickford's come running out of his area to get a foot on it and kick it over to the halfway line now, and it's gone out of play for a Croatia throwing. So Croatia not afraid to put a long ball in early as well, Reece.
Yeah, mixing it up a little bit. I suppose that's a sign of a good team. You know, they'll mix it up whenever they need to. You know, and not having to play out from the back every single minute. So hopefully England can do something similar as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you'd argue in this opening game of the campaign for both sides that, you know, the intricacies in the midfield passing between triangles isn't going to be as sharp as it probably will be later in the tournament. So I guess in some ways going a bit longer isn't really anything to be sniffed at, is it? And having that versatility in your game as well, right?
Yes, I agree. It is very important that we're able to switch it up and stuff like that, because we are going to get tired if we are going to go far in this tournament. We are going to have to be a bit more pragmatic, but not too pragmatic though. You don't want to go too negative. You know, you need to make sure you have your say on the game as well.
Yeah, exactly. Pickford just holding onto the ball here at the halfway line, not with his hands, obviously with his feet, otherwise he'd be carded. Ball over the top to Madueke here, who's unfortunately just let it run out of play down towards the near corner flag. But a nice long ball idea there. I was just thinking, this is something we're not going to see a lot of Leicester this year, these long balls, so I might try and enjoy them for England.
No, we won't see that with Mr. Russell Martin, but you never know. He might have to learn some lessons from Rangers and Southampton, and he probably thought when he went into Rangers that he could play that style because it's a bit of an easier league, but it might be a bit more pragmatic in League One. But yeah, touch wood.
Touch wood, yeah. Ball's out of play on the near-hand side here, guys. England are going to throw it back here to Konsa, who stood up just below the south of the halfway line here. And he's going to play it across to his mid-central defensive partner, John Stones. Are you a bit surprised we see John Stones starting today at centre-back?
No, I'm not. With Gay, if you have Gay and Konsa, you've got a very inexperienced tournament centre-back pairing. They've been brilliant in the Premier League. You can't fault them at all. But John Stones has that tournament experience, and he's a big game player. He's played in those big Champions League games, and so I'm not surprised at all.
No, England just coming over halfway. Now Croatia trying to get themselves back into two banks of four there, it looked like for a moment, to try and make it nice and narrow in the middle. It's going to be Anderson here playing it back to Konsa again. England just holding onto the ball on the halfway line at the minute here, guys. Croatia using numbers behind the ball to try and shield us back out. And as we know, they're not afraid of a long ball here as well. So after what was probably 4 minutes where both teams were going a bit longer and trying to force a mistake, especially when Pickford had the ball at his feet and we had Croatia players sweeping onto him, it looks like now it's settling down a bit, although Modric had a poor touch there. Here comes Madueke on this near-hand side. Is the bodies in the middle? He can get a cross in here from the near side. He's going to take on his man, 2 men on him, plays it back to Reece James, flicked in towards the penalty area, and it's gone up in the air. Turned and shot and round and unfortunately past this near-hand post from Harry Kane. But a bit more like it, Reece.
Yeah, that was a very excellent high press there from the team. 3 or 4 there going for the same ball. That's what we want to see. That's what we've been lacking for years and years with England. And that's what I want to see as well. Get a bit more excitement instead of this tippy tappy stuff. But it was unlucky there from Kane, and we have a corner from it as well.
Yeah, that was good to get a corner from it. It's interesting because we're going to see a lot of this in this World Cup, guys. I think Kane dropping deep as a false nine. We're going to see Madueke, and if Saka's playing, or Gordon coming inside and really becoming strikers in this formation as well. The unpredictability that Tuchel brings. Rice is going to take this corner now. Players up in the box here. Arm in the air, corner coming in now. It's an outswinger towards the edge of the 6-yard box. England players waiting. It bounces down. There's a little stick play on Reece James. There's a penalty. Come on, penalty to England. What do you think, Reece?
All day long from what I was watching there, Modric completely missed the ball. Madueke was a bit too quick for him. We're going to see a replay now, Tom.
Yeah, Madueke's coming in there, touches the ball, and Modric was swinging his leg out here around the midriff area to try and clear it away. Did not see Madueke nipping in there, and he's caught him completely on the thigh, guys, and not touched the football. And yeah, I think that is a penalty. So England have got an opportunity here, guys. 8.5 minutes on the clock. It's going to be Harry Kane to step up and take this. We see there on screen, he's had 5 penalties for England. He scored 4 and missed 1. It'll be a great start here inside 10 minutes. So Harry Kane could put us 1-0 up. He's just got the ball in his hand here. The goalkeeper, let me get this right. Livakovic, sorry, is in goal here, ready to take this one on. Just standing central now. The anxiety is building. Come on, this could be a really good start. Like Leicester, we've put in the chat here, Chris has, England with 64.7% possession after a bit of a shaky start. The ball is now down on the spot.
Very surprised by that 64% possession there.
I think after 3 minutes, it was the opposite, wasn't it? Kane's now stepping back, guys. The referee's getting ready to blow his whistle here. Not a long run up. He's inside the penalty area, just about a yard away from the edge of it. He's going to take 4 strides here. Saved it.
Oh, my word.
He did the stop penalty. He stopped before he hit it and then struck it low to the goalkeeper's left, and the goalkeeper got down for it.
Oh, he was off his line. We're going to have a retake.
Yeah, it's funny because saw the assistant go over they're about to take the corner there, and the assistant went over and said, hold on a minute here. The referee's getting some instructions in his ear. The Croatia players are surrounding him. VAR check about the penalty. It did look to me like he was off his line. What do you think, Reece?
Yeah, I'll have to see that replay again of how far he was off his line. He did look like it. Here we go. We're going to see a replay now. Before the
looks
ball...
to be a foot or two.
Yes, his foot is off the line there by the looks of it. His back leg was more towards the line, but is it 1 or 2 feet you have to have on the line before the kick's taken?
Yeah, see, I think he's pointed for a corner.
Oh, it's a retake.
It is a retake. Well, I think that's controversial because actually he did stop in his stride as well. So the goalkeeper taking 1 step. Well, I'm not so sure.
Oh, come on, Kane.
But we'll take it. Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, you got to, in a tournament. You got to take these moments, whether they're for you or not for you, sort of thing. So you got to take them whenever you can. If it's in a World Cup final, we'll be screaming for it to be retaken, won't we?
Yeah, we've had bad luck in the World Cup before with decisions. We can't forget the famous Frank Lampard ghost goal against Germany for 1, can we? So,
yeah, exactly. Let's hope he doesn't do that stupid run up again. Just go 1 stride. Here we go. He's getting ready to take it, guys. He's just looking down at the ball. I hope he doesn't stop, like you say, Reece. Just go for it. Waiting for him to take it now. Yes!
Scores, come on.
Come on!
Same corner again. This time the goalkeeper goes the opposite way, and the goal is in the back of the net, bottom corner, bottom left-hand corner. England 1, Croatia 0, 11 minutes on the clock.
That's an emphatic penalty. Bottom corner, pace on the ball. It was a lucky boy, Chris, very lucky boy, but we will take it. Not the best start.
Everything the first penalty should have been, Reece.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is what I don't understand. He's always been one of those players that runs up and literally just strikes the ball, but it's only recently he's done that stutter thing. Maybe it was that miss against France where he's kind of had a look at his penalties to see what he could change, and but we'll take it. We're 1-0 up. Not been the best start though, but we're 1-0 up. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. And ironically, that could be the sort of thing that removes the nerves from your back a little bit, can't it? Because it is a big stage. There's 90,000 people in the stadium, the whole world watching you, the expectation. I mean, how much, Reece, do you think the legacy, unfortunately, of failure that comes to the England team, this team's going to take with them? Do you think, like me, I'm not so sure actually this team's going to apply to it all, as there's a real opportunity then. We close down the goalkeeper who's had to kick it over halfway. Yeah, I mean, how much do you think, Reece, that like that legacy, unfortunately, of England not doing well since 1966 is going to stick with us? Do you think this group has sort of moved past that now?
I'd like to think so. We've come close a couple of times with the 2 Euros finals and a semi-final of a World Cup, ironically against Croatia. I think now with the manager, we hopefully have that mentality switch where we've got a winner in charge, and he'll not stop at winning, sort of thing. So I'm hoping that we can finally get over the line. We've got, and these players are better players than what we've had over the years as well. So, and they're more in form as well. So they've won trophies this year. So hopefully that winning mentality goes into this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. Over 200 English Premier League players playing in the World Cup, guys, which is quite remarkable. It might be actually dead on 200 players, which is remarkable when you think they're 26-man squads, So Croatia currently got the ball passing it around the back. There was an opportunity briefly there where England tried to play a long ball again. And interesting to see, the highest 3 men on the pitch there was Gordon, Madueke and Bellingham. Kane was sat actually back behind Bellingham, which is interesting, isn't it? And it's part of the reason I'm quite happy to see Bellingham actually starting this one, because irrelevant of his form, he's a high-level sort of big stage player, isn't he? At his best, he's up there with the Mbappe's of the world for that, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's got that little bit of arrogance to his game. Yeah, he's got that little bit of arrogance to his game.
Here come Croatia into the box now, guys. It's taken a deflection off of the defender, then it's gone behind for a corner. It was a nice little cross there into the box, and it missed the first man who overstepped it, and then it came across, and then it was the striker who's in his home territory who's taken on the strike there. It was Musa, and it's taken a deflection off number 10 Bellingham, who's getting back.
Yeah, that was it was a good turn on Reece James there. He sent him for a biscuit there, sort of thing. But just going back to what he said about Kane dropping deep, I think that was the plan all along with with how that's had to get the best out of Harry Kane, him dropping deep, and then you've got runners in behind with Bellingham. He's got more of a goal scoring instinct than Morgan Rogers has. So and there he is again in that. Oh, what a ball that is!
Yeah, the great ball here. A lot of space. 3 Croatia defenders back. Madueke, he's going to take his man on here, and the strikes come off the defender. It's going to be another England corner. Surprisingly open game here after 15 minutes, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, very open. I'm surprised Croatia are this open, considering that they're 1-0 down and they need to, try and calm the tempo down a little bit. But Madueke needs to do better here. He's always trying to go on his left foot, and that right foot is just letting him down. I think with Saka, he does a better ball there, but Saka's not fully fit and Madueke is fully starting. So, but, what can we do?
Yeah, exactly. Another opportunity from the corner, though. Bellingham, obviously a physical presence in there. Declan Rice once again going to go for an outswinger here. It's going to come across the 6-yard box. Players jumping up. It's flicked on. Going to be a strike from distance off a Croatia defender just near the penalty area. Bounces all the way back out. It's going to go all the way back to Jordan Pickford, stood halfway inside the England half. And we're going to go long again. Look here, play it down to Madueke again. A lot of these long balls trying to find Madueke down on this right-hand side. And Rice has done well there to win a header with the Croatia player and get the throwing for England as well. So the pressure is going to remain on here.
Yeah, it's a lot more direct than what we're used to watching with Gareth Southgate. It's a lot more quicker. Get that ball forward, whether in 1 pass or 2 passes or 10 passes. Get the ball forward as quickly as you can. And it's a sort of style that suits these players on the wings with pace.
I mean, it's something we talked about modern football, isn't it? And England are just passing the ball back around the back here again, now trying to take a little bit of sting out of the game. I mean, a lot of modern football now isn't just about one system, is it? It's about the versatility. And actually, it surprised me here how in the first 16 minutes, we've seen the England team hold the ball at the back, but not be afraid to play a long driving ball forward. Once again there, trying to play a long ball forward to Bellingham, who was with the last man of defence. Croatia have dealt with that one, but interesting how, because I'm pretty sure Croatia have done their homework. We've not been expecting this, Reece, either. They've been expecting a lot more passing around through the centre of the pitch, wouldn't they?
Yeah, again there, Harry Kane dropping deep there. He was in the holding midfielder role there, and Elliot Anderson was mainly the striker there. I think the coach Thomas Tuchel's realised how good Harry Kane is on the ball there as a Croatia try a long ball forward, and we recycle the ball there.
Yeah, it was overhit and went straight through to Pickford, luckily. I mean, that's the good thing about Pickford as well. When you talk about goalkeepers, he's not the tallest in the world, but he's not hardly short either, is he? But he's a good sweeper keeper. So he's very good at reading where the ball's going to bounce and come out and get it. And that's 2 or 3 times already inside 15 minutes. He's come out for the ball when he's needed to commit to getting on the end of it and get his foot on it. And now, guys, we've got England trying to play amongst the back 2 centre-backs. Going to be a bit of a press here from Croatia, and Reece James is going to go all the way back to Konza. Interesting to see Pickford now is in the same line as Konza and actually stood a bit more northerly up the pitch, which shows obviously the sweeper keeper element. Holding possession here, trying to draw Croatia onto England. Played into the middle there for, I believe that was Anderson. And as he flicked forward, and Croatia got 5 bodies forward. And this is the England game plan when they can try and play through teams, try and draw them onto you. But unfortunately, we lost the bottle a bit then. We've gone back and just allowed Croatia to reset there. 18 minutes gone, still 1-0.
It is a lot quick. We're moving a lot of ball a lot quicker than a lot of one-touch passing. One-touch. Oh, that was unlucky there.
Long ball over the top there for Reece James, wasn't it? But unfortunately, Livakovic got their foot on. Livakovic, what am I saying? I've got to go like Livakovic. Come on, Tom. I'm the Murray Walker of commentary on this channel. Goodness
Come on,
me.
Martin. Come on, Martin Tyler, you're better than that.
Terrible, isn't it? Terrible. Honestly, I got my award here from the Floppies Award on this channel because obviously I won for missing the Abdi Fatou halfway line goal against Ipswich.
How did you miss that?
I was updating the score on the screen, and I looked up and went, "Oh, the Ipswich Town goalkeeper and the ball's in the net."
Brilliant. You wouldn't expect him to shoot from that far out, so I'll let you off. Yeah, it's not one that you'd expect to go in there, to be fair. So
I got so used to us being negative at the back crease, I wasn't expecting anyone to shoot from anywhere, let alone our own half.
Indeed.
Croatia holding on to the ball here, guys. They've got a back 4 in process at the moment here, it looks. And that's the interesting thing on the left-hand side of this defence in particular, because they're going with 3 centre-backs with Guardiola on the left-hand side of those 3. But that does allow Perisic to really push up and almost become a left winger when he's also playing as a left wing-back. So I think that's where a lot of the gap is. And I think that's why they're trying to feed in, especially Madueke. England nicked the ball in the central midfield there, but unfortunately for us, we couldn't quite keep hold of it. We had 4 players streaming onto the defence there for Croatia. As we see there, one of their midfielders hit the deck, and it's going to be a free kick halfway inside the Croatia half to the away side, technically.
That high press again, it's really coming into effect, and I think Croatia weren't really expecting it because you often see England players sit behind the ball, but no, we've got an elite manager in charge that is making us run forward and get that ball closed down as quick as possible.
I would say so far, the thing that Croatia have lacked in central midfield is Kovacic. I think him alongside Modric, they seem to be a lot more settled. I think they've not found that relationship or partnership. And it's a 2-on-2 now for England over the halfway line, as I say that. And I was just talking about the gaps that Modric was creating. Going to be a shot. He's going to come inside. He's unfortunately got it lost at his feet. And here comes the goalkeeper again to pick up the ball. And there's no shot on goal. But still, nice that. Again, Reece, gaps in midfield for England to get through.
Yeah, again, great ball through there to Kane. Brilliant footwork there from Bellingham there. That's why he has to start for me. His elegance on the ball is just absolutely magnificent to watch. He had the opportunity twice there to play Madueke in, but he wanted to go alone, but unfortunately lost the ball. So
yeah, absolutely. Long ball attempt there from Croatia again. Modric hasn't got the legs of Reece James, which is encouraging to see.
Well, I hope not. 41 years old, but what a player he still is, doing brilliant for AC Milan.
Yeah, he's technically brilliant, isn't he? But once again, you do have to wonder, if he hasn't got Kovacic next to him, and he's got Suzic instead, who's not as complete as a midfielder, than the guy who's obviously been a Premier League champion with Man City and a Premier League player for a long time with Chelsea, then, I think that's a big difference, isn't it? It's like replacing N'Golo Kante with Napoli's Mendy, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, other players, make other players great as well. That's why it's a team game. They complement each other well. Because at the end of the day, no one can do it on their own, really.
Yeah, there's a ball played through there, but it's gone all the way through, unfortunately. Nice idea from England there, though, to try and play the ball ahead of Madueke to run onto. Obviously, trying to exploit that gap I already spotted a minute ago between Perisic and Guardiola on that left-hand side. It seems to be, mate, we noticed all the England stuff is going down that side, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We need to not be so predictable, though, with doing it every single time. You've probably got a more prolific player on the other wing in Anthony Gordon, who will probably do a more better job than that, than Noni Madueke. We've just seen a replay there. It's clearly off his line, so it's a must retake there for the penalty.
Yeah, fair enough. Hydration break has come up, guys. So yeah, so it's still England 1, Croatia 0, 22 minutes gone here. I think it's interesting because on the right-hand side of the Croatian defence, you've got Stanisic, who obviously plays for Bayern Munich alongside Harry Kane. You know, he's a very, very talented right back. And I think when you look at that and Sutalo as well, who's also a very big physical player, I can kind of see why they're targeting the other side here, thinking that Perisic, in a similar way to Modric, isn't the paciest player that he was. Technically brilliant, but perhaps hasn't got the legs he used to. I think he's 37 now. So interesting. I think we'll see a lot of this with Tuchel. You know, he seems to be quite a pragmatic manager, doesn't he, Reece?
Yeah, I think he'll look at games and think we can dominate the possession in that, but there'll be other times where there is a bit not better opposition, but more, better opposition that we'll have to be a bit more pragmatic against, and that's the gold mine of having Thomas Tuchel as a manager. Very pragmatic, will attack when he needs to attack, but will be pragmatic when he needs to be. So it's a great combination for me.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the team selection as well, and we took about the team he's taken out of the squad, you know, 26. I think the interesting thing about it is he's gone for a nice little balance for me of pace and physicality and size. And I think he's got options for all of them. And I think that's incredibly important. Every time we've seen Croatia try and break so far, and of course they're ranked 11th in the world, we're ranked 4th. What you're seeing is the England team have got the legs on them every time, which is really encouraging, right? So I think it's that balance. And you think also if they get back behind the ball, I think we have got the physicality, especially in players like Konza, right?
Yeah, agreed. We've got good ball playing midfielders as well. It's a lot better than what we were in the 2018 World Cup, where, you know, we had a bit of a one game plan, but now we've got multiple players with different profiles in the game, so it does help us control the game better and be pragmatic when we need to. So yeah, it's good. We've come a long way in terms of the way we're playing the game now. Yeah.
What do you make of these hydration breaks, mate? I mean, I actually don't dislike them. A lot of people are saying, oh, they break the game up and all the rest of it. I kind of like it from the point of it gives you the opportunity for a tactical break as well, almost. I mean, what's your thoughts?
I mean, at the end of the day, if the game is at a certain temperature, they have to have a hydration break because you don't want players collapsing due to dehydration or anything like that. So I think for people to suggest that, there shouldn't be any hydration breaks, at the end of the day, they are human beings. At the end of the day, they're not robots. So, you know, they need their fluids really. So, but good time for Tuchel to get his more ideas across.
Yeah, I think with the high pressing nature of the game nowadays, the players are just heading back now, guys, towards, you know, the pitch again, just getting themselves in their shape altogether. It's funny, when I think of Leicester, maybe hydration breaks would have helped us last season. We were normally puffed out after 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, that's the problem with me with this tippy-tappy game. Because of you have to be in a certain position, you don't have to do a lot of running. It's just about being in the same position and passing the ball. Whereas if you're doing the G-Gen pressing, which Thomas Tuchel likes to do, then you have to be really, really fit. But the players look in shape, they look fit. So I can't complain so far.
Yeah, we're about to get underway here with the goalkeeper from Croatia, whose name I will read again to make sure I get it right. Livakovic. There we go. Long ball forward, now coming over halfway. Going to be intercepted there by Harry Kane all the way back just in front of the defence. And the idea for that is, guys, when he's playing as a false nine, he's trying to really try and drag players out of position for Croatia, because normally there'll be someone set to mark him, especially in the three at the back system, and he's trying to drag him out a bit as well. Play back to Jordan Pickford here with a bit of a press from Croatia going on, but luckily nothing's going to come of it, and they're going to back away for the minute. Pickford's going to go long, hit over halfway towards the top end of the pitch, and Anthony Gordon taken down there by Stanisic, this right back. And now back to the goalkeeper here. It still surprised me, Reece, how many long balls we're seeing in this.
Yeah, very surprising. But again, at the end of the day, it's different. It's not what the teams would be expecting from England, because they are used to seeing the slow build-up play that we've seen under many managers. So it's probably been a bit off-putting, especially with Harry Kane dropping in, thinking, well, he's a striker, he should be at the top of the pitch, not dropping in deep. But that's how good Harry Kane is. He's world class. He's a world-class striker.
It was funny because under Southgate, he was naturally doing it anyway, if Southgate wanted him to or not. He was naturally coming back and dropping back to pick the ball up and feeding it out to the flank. So it was almost like, you know, what Tuchel has done is he's seen the profile of the player. Obviously, a German manager seeing a player that's predominantly played in Germany for the last amount of his career and done incredibly well. And I think it really brings the best out of Harry Kane, which is, I think, probably the crucial element here. Croatia now just playing down this near-hand side, nice 1-2s, 3 England players around them, though, and they're going to go back to Guardiola here, who hasn't really had an impact on the game so far, but he can from corners, and he can also travel with the ball very well. So still time in this one, though, 26 minutes gone.
Yeah, as you were saying there about Harry Kane, I think the problem that Southgate had is he wasn't really tactically aware to get the best out of Harry Kane. That's why I think we struggled at the last Euros. Even though we got to the final, we played awful the majority of the tournament due to Harry Kane not being getting the best out of by a man. But now we've got a world-class manager and a winner and a tactically experienced manager that's worked with these big ego and big-time players to get the best out of him. So again, it's I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, me too. There goes John Stones playing it out now. Plays it into midfield to Kane, though. We lost the ball here. And here come Croatia on the counter-attack. It's going to be an opportunity. They're trying to feed it through the centre of the goal. Then it's going to be a dive, I believe. The referee has blown and given the free kick to England. It looked like the Croatia player there was calling for it. It was Vuskovic, actually, if I'm saying it right. Vuskovic. Yeah, I must get these names right. I really should AI them before we start. Who's a centre-back and was pushing right up the top of the pitch here, guys.
Yeah, Kane, he lost the ball there in the midfield, trying to be too clever. It was a poor touch, but he got back, he did his work and got the ball back, and it was a foul. He just clipped him.
Thoughts on Tunisia sacking their manager after a 5-1 defeat to Swindon? Yeah, it's a bit bold, isn't it? You think if you're in this point now, why do that? Yeah, crazy to me. What do you think, Reese?
Yeah, very strange considering it's only one game, and Sweden not a bad side. They've got two top strikers up front, got some very good players, and at the end of the day, Tunisia are not going to win the World Cup. They're probably not going to get out of the Swindon at the
I probably did say Swindon. I'm Murray Walker.
I think you did. Mate. I think you did.
Yeah, Swindon, Sweden.
No, very strange move there. But they've got an experienced manager that's managed multiple countries. So see if you can get a tune out of them and try and get them out of the group, maybe.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, interesting. So here's Perisic now down this near-hand side towards the corner flag. He's going 1-1-1 with Reece James here, but he's going to spread the ball back to the central midfield positions here. Going to be pushing up from the Croatia centre-back. So we're getting towards the half-hour mark. Out on the far-hand side here is Stanisic, and he's lining up with Gordon. Chips the ball in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, bounces around, headed clear by Bellingham, and Croatia going to retain the ball here. England under a bit of pressure here, Reece.
Yeah, we are. We look compact though. There's not. It doesn't look like a mess or anything. It looks structured. It looks compact. So I'm not too worried just yet. I'll probably be more worried if we're up against a bit of a better team. But we're still compact and we're still hanging in there strong.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Totally. I think the interesting thing as well is I think you're going to see a lot of this in this World Cup. There's going to be game management, as I call it, isn't there? Times where you're going to want to basically just take the edge off the game, take the edge off the ball a little bit, and just try and keep teams back here and just not make any mistakes. And right now, England is sat back. I can see a line of almost 6 in a row here, once you include how Rice and Anderson are back there as well. And it's gone all the way back to the halfway line here, where Croatia are currently just passing it amongst themselves here. Seem to be quite happy. It's only 1-0. And of course, there's only a penalty that's made the difference here. There could be a loose ball there, though, and it's picked up well from the high press. Bellingham here flicks it through nicely to Kane. Kane flicks it onto Rice. He's going to lay it off again. Here comes Kane playing it down the flank to Madueke, where there's spaces on this near-hand side. He's going to get the cross into the 6-yard box. Oh, and it flicked across the face of goal. And in running there was Bellingham, and he looks like he's taken a bounce on the leg there. If he got a touch, it could have been 2-0.
Brilliant high press there. Brilliant from Gordon. That's triggered the press. And again, quick, forward-thinking football. I'm really liking this. If this is what's to come in the tournament, then I'm very excited to see what we can do to do in this tournament. But
it's exciting. Yeah, exciting to see how we've won the ball high up the pitch a few times now, haven't we?
Yeah, you never see that from an England team. Well, I haven't in my time anyway.
No.
So it's always been slow build-up play, boring. But this is very exciting. I mean, I'm on the edge of my seat here, Tom.
Yeah, it's definitely fascinating, mate. I think it's fascinating because it feels like a bit of a chess match as well. You're just kind of waiting for a big move to happen, but it seems to be every now and again some mistake will happen which will force that. Talking of mistakes, England player's gone down there. It's Rice, and he's blown for the free kick.
Yeah, very clever move there from Anderson because he knew he weren't going to get the ball. Yeah, very clever move. It's just watching this ball come in now. If he gets a bit of a contact, he might have got that on target, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. But great build-up though. Yeah,
50-50 ball, and Bellingham took a whack on the back of the calf there, didn't he? Which meant he went down just outside the edge of the 6-yard box, but nothing given. Couldn't get the end on it, and now Croatia are going to win the ball here, and the referee once again shown a little bit of kindness perhaps there to England, and it's going to be a free kick to us here. But there was 2-on-1 there. It looked like they were going to break over the halfway line.
Yeah, Bellingham got a bit lucky there. He lost control of the ball, but again, But again, we'll take them. Yeah, take them.
Well, thrown to England here on the far hand side, guys, about 5 yards into the Croatia half. Nico O'Reilly here going to come and take it. Not seen a lot of him so far in this game, have we, Reese?
No, he's not really got into the game. We've been coming down this right-hand side more with Reece James and Noni Madueke. But hopefully in the second half or towards the end of this half, we'll see a bit more from the left-hand side in this game.
Yeah, we might see a switch up here. I think it's going to be who makes the first changes here. And obviously, you've got options to make quite a few. The ball went long left from Pickford. It's been picked up, though, by Croatia. And they're going to try and keep it in play here with Stanisic on the north-hand side of the pitch, the far side. He's claiming he was brought down there by O'Reilly. Looks like the referee agrees with him this time.
Yeah, I think O'Reilly, bit of inexperience there, trying to go for the ball that he's never going to get. So, but yeah, it was never foul.
Bit of a 50-50, wasn't it? And he clipped him on the heel there. I mean, he's a big unit, O'Reilly. He's 6'3", which surprises a lot of people. He's one of the tallest members of the squad, ironically. Croatia now trying to build out from the back again. There's a few runs forward. They're going to have to go long because there isn't a short ball on. It's going to go all the way through. Pickford is running out of his area diagonally with the ball, and he's just dinked it out of play for a throwing here on the far side. Cool.
See, I love Jordan Pickford, but that's always been a problem of his game. You know, where not making the right decision at the right time. You can't be doing that in World Cups. We need that. Oh, that's poor.
Yeah, I was going to say, poor clearance there. Croatia fling the ball all the way across to the near-hand side here, where they managed to find an unmarked man. Luckily, England can now break, though, on the counter. They committed so many bodies forward. Here comes Madueke here on the near-hand side, coming inside the penalty area, dancing with the ball at his feet. Going to literally lay it back here to Reece James, just on the edge of the penalty area. Chips it towards the back post, and Harry Kane, header on it from Modric there, would you believe it? Or another Croatia player of a similar stature. But England going to hold possession outside the area now, Reece.
Yeah, this is where I think we need Saka. He would take on his man. He'd either go on his left or his right foot there. He's a bit better player there. That's a great ball.
Another great ball from Reece James, and Harry Kane got on the end of it. It's going to bounce a bit north from there. Rice wins the header now, but going to fall to Croatia again. Couple of little opportunities, half chances there.
Yeah, but it's nice to see that we're creating them now. There's been a lot of tournaments in the past where we've got that one goal and we've just sat back on it and just waited for the opposition to do. But we know we're going for more goals, and which is what I like to see. And we need to do that against these bigger teams in this tournament.
We do. As Croatia lay the ball back off here to the goalkeeper, Livakovic. It's 35 minutes on the clock now, guys. So 10 minutes plus whatever added time there's going to be for the hydration break, which is really only point of matter so far in this first half to add any time on. And the ball now, as it comes over halfway, has been run out of play by Croatia, and England are going to throw the ball back here to keep the ball amongst the defence. So, yeah, start 1-0. We'll take it so far. Croatia not been as threatening as we would have expected, perhaps, Reece.
Yeah, I don't think they expected the game plan from England, to be fair, with the way they've been playing. I think it's kind of thrown them off a little bit. But at the end of the day, that's what Thomas Tuchel's been brought in to do with how the way we want to play. But no, I'll take it, keep nullifying them, because they have got some dangerous players in this team.
Interesting enough, I was reading apparently there's a rumour that England might be setting up a friendly before the game against Ghana behind closed doors against Kansas. Which makes you wonder if they're going to be looking at perhaps conditioning and match sharpness before we got the game in 5 days' time. So there'll be a ball up to Croatia here on the far side. Nice touchdown there. Can be played off to the outside area. What a goal, top corner.
Wow.
Just as we were saying, the curse of the commentator, guys. You never do it. You never say, we haven't seen much of Croatia so far, have we? And what a goal that is. It was played in. It came back to the edge of the penalty area. It came to Baturina, and he literally put it top bins across Jordan Pickford from just on the edge of the area. You can't argue with that, Reece, can you? 1-1.
No, you can't there. The right winger done John Stones there, diving in there. Pickford did get a hand to the shot. It's a fantastic strike into that top right-hand corner. Could Pickford have done better? I think he should do better there, Tom.
He got a hand to it, didn't he? But he didn't stop it.
He did, yeah. I think he should do better there. I think he should have saved that.
Yeah, through a crowd as well. You could argue England were ball watching a bit there. They were all getting back, but Rice left a lot of space to allow the ball to fall to the Croatia player there, Baturina, and then obviously the time to get the shot as well. And not ideal. And my prediction of 1-0 is already in so far.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's the problem with these big tournaments. You can have all the play, all the chance you want, but one chance is all you need, unfortunately, in these big games. And that's a bit of a lesson learned for Thomas Tuchel there.
Yeah, it was a goal from nowhere, Paulo. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, definitely. I think you could argue the England goal came a bit from nowhere as well, didn't it? Wouldn't surprise me if it was 1-0 to either side or 0-0, really. England now going for a long ball forward. Kane flicking it on. Unfortunately, going to go all the way through to Livakovic in the goal for Croatia. And he's going to roll it out here. And maybe this might bring a little bit of energy here to finish the end of the first half. 7 minutes plus whatever added time as Croatia now try and play out from the back on the far-hand side. Ball played down over to the halfway line. Going to be a bit of a physical duel going on here between O'Reilly and the Croatia forward there, Musa.
Yeah, it was good eye pressing there at the back line there from England to get the ball back there. But just got to settle it down a little bit. Let's keep hold of the ball. If Croatia want to come press us, but as long as we've got the ball, they can't score. So keep the ball, let them run the tired legs out at the end of the day because they're not used to these hot conditions, Croatia.
No, true. Played belongs to the back four now. It's going to be across to Vuskovic. She's now going to play it down to Guardiola.
I don't believe it.
Looks like Chris can't believe it's 1-1.
Well, I don't think any of us can believe. Well, we can. I think, to be fair, Chris, I think, again, it's like what I just said. You can have all the play and all the chances you want, but all it takes is one chance and one goal, and the whole game can turn on its head.
Ultimately, they are the 11th best team on the world on paper right now, aren't they, in the FIFA rankings? You just got to think, any team that's up there in that sort of echelon of success, they've got an ability with players to shoot from long range as well. We saw it with France against Senegal yesterday, where it went to 2-1, and you think, oh, hello, are Senegal going to nick this? And then Mbappe goes bang from like 35 yards, So it does happen, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And there's a comment there from Chris Tuchel South. No, come on, Chris. Let's not be silly now. We've seen a hell of a lot of difference from Thomas Tuchel than compared to Gareth Southgate. I know you love Gareth Southgate, but I think we're seeing a hell of a lot of better play under Thomas Tuchel. So, at the end of the day, it's only the first half. We've got plenty of time to get a goal.
Yeah, two changes we've definitely seen from Southgate is we've seen the ball one higher up the pitch in this game so far. We've also seen a few longer balls played, which is something that never happened under Southgate. I lost track how many times I fell asleep watching Harry Maguire pass the ball left and right last time round. Free kicker to Croatia. We're going to play it on from the halfway line. There's 5 England players back against 1 Croatia guy. No, now Stanisic is joining in on the far side as well. Going to lay it back to Modric here. He's been quite ineffective so far. Curse the commentator. Let's hope not. Plays it across it to Guardiola. It's going to come all the way down to the goal scorer here, Bacharina, who's now taken up a position down on the left-hand side. Looks like Perisic for the minute has gone into the centre, so a little bit of a change of strategy here. The Croatia manager, Reece, he's been in charge now for like 9 years, and you think, he's gotten to like a 3rd place finish, a 4th place finish. He has very much got a lot of pedigree for these sort of competitions, hasn't he?
Yeah, to do what he's done for a Croatian team who are not one of the big nations, and to get them to a final and and another semi-final, the last World Cup as well. I think he's done a tremendous job. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's done a fantastic job. He's made it work for he's played to their strengths, and they noticed they had a world-class midfielder around Modric, and they played build the team around him, and they got rewards and nearly won trophies due to it.
Yeah, Zlatko Dalic, his name is, I believe, if I've written that down right. So hopefully I've written it. Hopefully, long ball over the top. Yeah, Madueke again being found here. It's going to be a bit of a duel, though, and it's going to be a win there for Tottenham over Arsenal because Vuskovic has won that duel. It's going to go behind for an England corner here.
Yeah, much better from England. Settle down after the goal. No panic. Let's just start again and go again.
I'm surprised Tottenham went out and bought this defender from Brighton, because this Vuskovic has been out on loan at Hamburg, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and he's under contract with Tottenham. I would have thought, bearing in mind how good he is on the international stage, they might have brought him in first, but there we go. I guess maybe he's a different type of defender. Going to be a corner now for England anyway, though, guys. Just in the 41st minute here, so final 4 minutes of the first half. Centre-backs, Konsa are up in there, O'Reilly's up in there. Declan Rice, once again, is going to take it. He's got a short option if he wants it in Madueke, just to his left here. He's going to get it. And it's in! Come on!
Yes!
Header!
Put it again!
Come on!
Box the header!
And it's that man, guys. It's Harry Kane to header home, coming from the edge of the 6-yard box. Just what we needed, Reece.
Fantastic header. That is a world-class corner there from Declan Rice, right in the middle of the 18-yard box. Harry Kane, free header. Thank you very much. What a header that is into the bottom corner. Nowhere near him. Classic striker's header.
Great set piece.
I'm loving it.
Yes, well, Thank you for that, Chris. Yeah, yeah, it still gets me every time I see that one. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think the positioning from Kane heading into the corner was great because he got himself completely unmarked. No one was marking him. So then when he read the ball incredibly well, didn't he, coming in there, read the height on it, the whip on it, and a great run header into the bottom corner. Brilliant stuff. England 2, Croatia 1. Just what we needed. Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah, well, I have to say we've shown great composure since going back to 1 or back to equal terms, and we got back on the ball, stuck to the game plan, and we got our rewards for it. That is an absolutely fantastic delivery from Declan Rice, and of course the best striker in the world heads it in, and we're back in front now. Hopefully going to half time and reset.
Yeah, you can't underestimate how important set pieces can be in these sort of tournaments as well, especially when you're playing against teams that are going to really try and shut you down, right? I think so far England have played in a very positive way. I like the fact they've not been afraid of a long ball. I like the fact they've not been afraid to duel for balls and not been afraid to try and win second balls. You make your own luck sometimes, but I do think that set piece was beautifully orchestrated, especially considering trying to find a way to keep Kane unmarked here. It's going to be coming all the way out now from Pickford. He's going to kick it long up towards Kane again. No, sorry, that was Anthony Gordon. My apologies. And it's going to go all the way down to the far side for another throwing to England, I believe, halfway inside our half.
Yeah, Anthony Gordon's been a bit quiet in this game. I maybe later in the game, give him another 10, 15 minutes. That's really unlucky there.
Yeah, really good interception there from Madueke, and unfortunately him and Kane kind of got in each other's way there a little bit because they both were trying to get that. Madueke, actually, to be fair, we talk about Saka and how good he is, but Saka's not as good as probably doing this part of the game, just absolutely harassing those players near him and picking the ball up like he has. That's probably about the third time he's intercepted high up the pitch, Reece.
Yeah, I agree. He's probably not as good as a technical player as Saka, but in terms of his pressing game, yeah, he's probably one of the best in this England team. I was just going to say Anthony Gordon needs to get in the game a bit, maybe give him 10, 15 minutes in the second half to get in the game. If not, probably bring Rashford off and change up the personnel. That's a great turn for Riley.
Yeah, great stuff from O'Reilly there. I mean, his technical abilities, wherever you play him, I mean, thinking you can play as a 10, you can also play as a box-to-box midfielder as well. But now he's overlapping down this left-hand side here. First time we've really seen O'Reilly really burst forward into space. He's going to go backwards a bit. Unfortunately, we need to lose possession, but Bellingham retains it, takes a touch there, gets hacked down. Referee is going to give the free kick here, I believe.
Yeah, he is there. Bellingham, very clever there, ran into the player, left his leg in and won the free kick there.
Yeah, superb work. He just took a nice little turn and just really drew Pasalic in for the foul, didn't he? It might be a prime Riyad Mahrez at Leicester City, ironically, when he used to do that all the time. Yeah, so good stuff. For a guy his size, Bellingham, he's really nimble on his feet. And now we've got a dead ball opportunity just outside the edge of the penalty area, guys. Probably about 3 or 4 yards away from the D. Quite central, Reece, but do you think there's an opportunity for someone to get a free kick here as we go 45 minutes on the clock?
Yeah, I think Declan Rice maybe should have a go from this distance. I mean, we've seen him score 2 absolutely astonishing free kicks against Real Madrid a couple of seasons ago, so there's no reason why I can't do it here. If you get it on target, who knows what can happen. Yeah,
exactly. We've got Rice stood over the ball there. We've got Reece James, and we also got, I believe, Madueke. And Rice is going to leave this one. 5 minutes of added time, guys. So the 45 minutes are tip past. Prashan, I don't care, my lady friends, a huge crush on Kane. Don't worry, mate.
As long as he doesn't talk and keeps his mouth shut. Then...
Yeah, just check her Instagram, mate. Make sure she's not trying to direct message him. Then you've got nothing to worry about, eh?
Brilliant.
Going to be a free kick now. It looks like to me like Madueke might go for his left foot here and try and whip this, but we've also obviously got Reece James with a strong right foot opportunity as well, maybe a pile driver. There was a wall there with 5 or 6 Croatia players ready for what's about to come next, and I've got a feeling it's either going to be a curler or a rocket, which sums up my life in the facilities first thing in the morning, Reece.
That's a poor free kick there for Reece James.
Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't either. It just sort of hit the wall, didn't it? And then bounced off the Croatian defender behind them. And now they're going to run it out here towards the corner flag. Gordon trying to do a bit of harassing. It does clip off him from the goal scorer, Baturina. And it's going to be a throw into Croatia. Now, just to the north of that penalty area.
Yeah, good pressing there from Gordon. He's not been in the game, but he's still trying to get involved. And, we can't fault his effort so far.
No, I think it's interesting. I don't think we've seen enough of the game down that side of the pitch to make a judgment yet. I would stick with it as it is right now. I think the spirit's been quite good. I've been quite impressed with Madueke, really.
Yeah, like I said, it's pressing side of the game. I think he's probably the best in this team for that. And I think that's why Thomas Tuchel has taken him as well. Just quickly on Thomas Tuchel's England squad in general, he spoke about the importance of set pieces. And, having a tall squad, and obviously the corner paid dividends, and you can see why he's picked the squad he has. It's very versatile and very pragmatic.
Yeah, I think that's right, mate. Yeah, it is very. Yeah, I would still take him Trent probably. I just think from the long ball ability, especially what we're seeing today with the long balls. I know he's not had the best year, but I think his passing range is probably second to none in the England team. Just got Croatia with the ball here on the halfway line, guys. Just passing it amongst the back three, trying to maybe come forward here. As they've got 2 minutes until we get to half time, 2.5 minutes. Long ball forward here. It's going to be picked up really well by Perisic. Reece James there has said it's gone out of play. The cross has come in. The referee's given the throwing to England.
Yeah, he just lost control of the ball there, Perisic. He's had a great season for PSV. He's won the league again in the Dutch league, but he's not really got in the game at the minute. Reece James doing a good job of nullifying that threat down the left-hand side for Croatia.
Yeah, he's done a great job of that, hasn't he? I mean, it's interesting so far. I mean, I think for Croatia, they might want to consider changes for halftime if they're going to do something. Maybe try and bring a bit of pace in there. Maybe Kramaric actually might not be a bad thing. That'll be interesting being ex-Leicester, won't it?
Yeah, I think Kramaric didn't get a fair shot at Leicester, and now he went to Hoffenheim and done great things, and they regard him as their greatest ever player. Yeah,
I agree, mate. I think he's super. Big on Croatia now. The goal scorer about to shoot. It's going to be a long-range shot then. It's just flicked past the left-hand crossbar. Left-hand side of the crossbar, sorry. Kane's there literally looking and saying he got a clip on his knee there in the build-up to that from Gvardiol. Yeah, Croatia found a bit of space there. It was Pasalic who took a strike on from distance. Luckily for us, it was high, wide, and not very handsome, but a bit of a dangerous one there. Not the first time we've seen a bit of space left by England, Reece.
Yeah, they've not really done a good job of breaking us down, Croatia, but you can see that they've got some very good long shot specialists in the team. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to do what works for you, and we're high pressing it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we lost it there, guys. The high press was going well, but once again, a little bit of intricacy, and the referee's blowing up there because of Modric being on the deck a minute to go before half time.
Yeah, nearly half time now. 1 minute to go. Hopefully, we can see this.
I love what Harry Kane did there. Someone dragged back Modric's shirt, and Harry Kane just went whack and just went straight through him. I love that in football. That's what it should all be like. Croatia got the ball now on this near-hand side. Back to Gvardiol again, and he's laid it up to Modric, who's come back quite deep here. He's sitting back with the three defenders, trying to look for a long-range pass. They've sort of given up, Reece, trying to play through the middle here, haven't they? They're going similar to us, trying to go very direct.
Yeah, well, they need to change something because what they're doing is not working so far. I mean, they've scored a great goal, but they didn't really do it from breaking us down and with some nice passing moves. It was a long shot, could have gone anywhere, but they might have to change the game plan second half. But hopefully we can caveat that and change our game plan. That's what Thomas Tuchel's been brought in for.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like we're getting towards half time now. Just literally seconds to go here. Croatia got England penned back, though.
God.
And there's going to be a flick ball over the top, and it's going to be headed down. There's an opportunity, and it is 2-2. Would you believe it? Unbelievable. And it's the home man. It's Musa, the guy who plays in Dallas weekly, has turned up in the big stadium for the first time, and it's England 2, Croatia 2. Would you believe it? Long ball over the top, Reece. It went over the top. The offside trap didn't work. Headed down, bang in the bottom corner, past Pickford. What's your thoughts, bud?
Oh, hang on, we might have an offside here. I think he's offside there. This might go to VAR, but I will say, I was just saying that they've really struggled to break us down, but that was a great move. But if this gets ruled out, it won't count for anything. But if it does get counted, it was a great move that broke us down really well. Good, lovely ball into the box, but hopefully it might get ruled out here.
Certainly looked like his arm was offside, didn't it? He looked like his arm and his shoulder was slightly past the last man here. It's a sort of thing, though, with the World Cup. Will it be looked at and will it be okay? We've seen a dodgy penalty not given yesterday for France, haven't we? And they've given it, and it's half-time.
Wow.
That's a big call, big call. That's one for Chris and Wayne to talk about in the studio at half-time, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe it is. I thought he was offside there, but obviously, unless the rules have changed, I must have missed it. But that's a poor goal to give away. But just before half time, we need to regroup and go again.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport, powered by fans.
TalkSport have teamed up with Aston Villa to create a fan zone for every single England game at the World Cup. And with England kicking things off against Croatia on June 17th, the excitement is building. TalkSport favourite and Villa legend Gabby Agbonlahor will be there to get things started at the Midlands' brand new venue, The Warehouse, for that opening match, with massive screens and an incredible atmosphere as England begin their World Cup campaign. Any fans in the Midlands are welcome. Join Talk Sport this summer and put club allegiances aside to cheer on England together and follow the World Cup with Leicester Till I Die TV, part of the Talk Sport fan network. Head to talksport.com/fanzone now to grab your tickets.
Well, like Southgate's from never left, isn't it?
God, dearie me. Well, it's in some ways it's a cagey game, but it's 2-2 cagey game. It's not a 0-0 cagey game, is it? You know, so
No. I mean, well done to the guys, by the way. They'll be back for the second half kickoff. Look, I mean, let's go through that penalty first of all. I mean, I don't like. I think you should. I don't think strikers or whoever's taking the penalty should be allowed to stop. Once they've started running, you take it. If goalkeepers can't come off the line, then players shouldn't be allowed to stop in the run-up.
100%, Chris. Because so the rule is that if as long as you don't stop and then restart. A lot of the penalties, including Kane's, to me, it seems like they definitely stop and then they restart. I'm sure that's specific of the rules, because then that means that I don't like it, Chris. I mean,
you wait. You know, by the time you've done that, the goalkeeper's then already committed, and you just normally shoot into the opposite side. I mean, I'm sorry, Kane, you got what you deserved there, and England. Well, I said at the time, lucky boy, Kane.
Yeah, it wasn't a brilliant penalty, really, was it? He didn't put it high up, or like Vardy used to just twat it, didn't he, basically? But it was a speed. You can have a keeper in a very small goal in a five-a-side, but if you hit it that hard, if you avoid his body, it's going in, and because the keeper can't react, even if it's 2 inches past his hand, he will not have the time to react.
No.
And Kane's, not a brilliant penalty.
Can I just apologise? If it looks like I'm having an epileptic fit, I'm not. It's something to do with my camera. Hopefully, I don't know whether you're seeing me having the fit or whether I'm looking all right at your end or not.
I didn't know it was part of your breakdancing routine, Chris. Where you're doing the robot.
If I was that good, I'd be on Britain's Got Talent, believe you me. Then, it was all looking good for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then we let them back in, as England do.
We did. I mean, it was a fantastic strike, but they just won the ball in the midfield, went forward into the box, the player checked back, laid it off to the guy, and what a great shot. I mean, you can't really do anything about a shot like that, can you?
No, certainly from a goalkeeper's point of view, but yes, you can do something about it in the way of stop him getting in the position to take the shot.
Yeah, that's where the midfield didn't sort of follow it up and chase him down. I do think, like Paul said, England's defence is shaky.
Yeah.
And when you think like the last goal, I mean, that's almost like, it's not a goalkeeper route one, but it's pretty much route one. One man in, so for all the good play and the possession, possession stats, momentum of the game stats, we high pressed really well. They didn't really get their game going, like Reece says, apart from that brilliant shot. But they scored 2 goals.
I mean, I'm looking at the momentum chart here, and it has been all England, apart from, I'd say, 4 moments in the game. Now, the difference is that from probably about the 10th minute through to the 40th, it was all England. And the problem is we only scored 1 goal in that time. Now, when I'm looking at, and I haven't got the graphic, unfortunately, when I'm looking at the momentum chart for Croatia, the last 2 times when they had pressure, they scored. Yeah.
It just shows you that they've still got quality.
Yes.
And it's like anything. It's like, Messi was like, well, is he any good at... few key chances. You know, like you said, he could have had 4 goals.
Yeah.
And that's the difference of quality. And it showed, as you said, Chris, they are, you know, you worried about them being dangerous. And considering all that momentum, like you said, for a few minutes, that's all they had. And they scored 2 goals.
But when England have got all that, you know, momentum, they should be taking the chances. They're just showing the penalty again now. Kane was a very, very, very lucky boy. He literally was probably 2 inches off his line, if that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, he got away with that.
Yeah, so he got away with it. That was, he didn't score the penalty because he did a brilliant penalty. He got a second chance because the keeper,
Yes, yeah, like I say, he got away with it. Like I said, they then hit back. And then what a corner. I mean, I jokingly put up there, it was like watching Leicester.
Yeah, well,
for the corner kick.
Exactly. And the thing is, why would you leave Kane, who's the most dangerous probably header in the team? He was completely unmarked. Because normally when you see all this ragging people around in the box, and the guys who are going up for the headers will get the teammates to block other players so they can get a clean run at a header. And Kane just runs up and has a free header. And
I'm going to have a go here at Rice, right? Because yes, he did the corner, but he turned his, when they had the guy at the shot at the goal, he turned his fucking back
he did.
on it.
He did.
And it bugs me. All right, I'm not going to moan too much because if the defender hadn't done that in the FA Cup final, Tielemans wouldn't have scored. In fairness, so I'm a bit tongue in cheek here, but what the fuck are you doing, Rice? Turn your back on the ball. If it hits you in the chest, it wins you. You know, and you go down. But you put your life on the line. Tony Adams would not turn his back on that.
Ryan Robson.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, we've all had a ball in the face before. Everybody who played football has had a football in the face.
How do you think I got this look?
You see, Chris, you should have turned your back.
I should have. I was Robert Redford before the ball hit me. But it's so, you're a defender.
Yeah, I mean, it's for all the possession and all the touches inside the box, different things like that. You know, Tuchel's got to be fuming inside.
Yeah.
Because that's like 2 sucker punches. I mean,
yeah.
You know.
I mean, they're just showing the 4th goal there. Offside?
Yeah, it was offside. They've been giving offside for. There's been a lot of confusion about.
No, that is offside.
It's offside, yeah. And the graphics, the way they produce the graphics now for these VAR offside decisions, they're very clear. They do the blue shaded area, and they put it up vertically on because all AI included.
I mean, just it then. You're obviously watching it at the same time, and the guy's elbow was equal with the defender's foot, but the rest of his arm was ahead. Now, I have to say, I would love to live in a world where that wasn't offside. But we don't. We live in a world where that is offside, so fucking give it as offside.
Yeah, it used to be your feet, wasn't it? Your feet was offside, yeah.
I mean, I think it should only be offside if there's space between, you know, there's clear air between you and the defender, the attacker and the defender.
Yeah, that's what Wenger wants to bring in, isn't it?
Yeah, and it should be. It should be. I can see Tom is in. Is it about time for you to kick off, Tom? No, he's shaking his head. He's shaking his head. Stick me a thumbs up when you time, and we'll kick you out, and we'll kick ourselves out.
You know what, Madueke, that cross where Bellingham looked like he was going to tap in, and he didn't anticipate the defender was coming to. He just caught him, didn't he, a little bit, and stopped it. But they're the things. I mean, they're the fine line margins. You know, England go 3-1 up, and it's that's a frustrating half for me, Chris. Loads of potential, loads of good play. Madueke looks brilliant. O'Reilly looks brilliant. We were limiting Croatia really to Modric wasn't really taking control of the ball, was it? We kept Modric quiet and everything, but like you said, a few crucial minutes and Croatia scored 2 goals.
I mean, look, I've been having a bit of banter with Reese, because Reese has been on his we love Thomas Tuchel routine. But to me, being pegged back twice, I could see here say, thank you, Reese. I could look at that and go, yeah, Tuchel, he's not up to the job. It's Southgate number 2. Why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? And you can turn around and say, well, it's the first game. No, it's not his fucking first game. It's about his 12th game. He's had all the qualifiers and what have you. So this, to me, I cannot see the difference, because it's a manager getting it wrong. Now, I'm not blaming Tuchel, but managers do things wrong tactically. And to me, that was an Old England performance. You can say, well, yes, we were attacking more. Doesn't matter. We're still not winning.
Yeah, I'd like to see that their second goal again, because it was just before half time. Like, who was central to that player heading the ball? Because he was the only one in the box, and then the guy secondary came along and he finished it well, to be honest. But did you, when you saw it happening, did you think, oh my God, they're going to score a goal? I did not think they were going to score a goal from that situation.
Unfortunately, I always look at England with the same way I always used to look at Leicester. That is, every time the opposition come forward, we're going to concede. I said right at the start, everyone's going 2-0, 2-0. We went 2-1, and I said I couldn't see England keeping a clean sheet.
Yeah, and the worrying thing is, Chris, I don't think Croatia are in the top. I mean, what ranking are they in the world? But there's a lot better teams in the dangerous teams, and if we've let 2 goals in the half time against Croatia, that is not a good look. Yeah.
I mean, I've got to say, I think the difference between Tuchel and Southgate is Southgate would, this was now full time or half time. Southgate wouldn't necessarily make any, change anything round. Thomas might not do straight away. He might give it 10, 15 minutes, but I think he's got maybe the head on the tactical side to actually say, right, oh shit, that we shouldn't have done that. We need to do this, whether that's taking Stones off, bringing Gayu on, or whatever. At the moment, I very much have a ham sandwich of the match so far, and it is John Stones.
Yeah, I didn't really. He's the one player that I didn't agree being included in the England squad, because he's not played that much for Man City this year.
No,
he's just not. No. So, if you ring Rusty, it's like Henderson coming back. He's had an okay season for Brentford. Has he had that good a season? I don't think so. But Stones, he's definitely. I mean, he's 32 is he? John Stones as well. So you're not the quickest thinking person as well. You rely on your football thing. But if you've not been playing week in, week out, then I think the older you get, you're more rusty. You know what it's like, Chris, when you go to do your breakdancing once a month.
Well, it's working well tonight, isn't it? I mean, I was getting ready to kick us out then, and then there's even more adverts. I have to say, though, well done, ITV. At least when we have the hydration breaks, it's at least we don't see any adverts then. But on that hydration break, it's got to be in a position where it's taken away from the managers and the coaches. It's got to be taken away from them, whether that's the other side or whether that's the what I'm looking for, the goal. In the goal areas, it's got to be away from the coaches.
Yeah, that Emma Hayes, I do rate her though as a pundit.
Oh, no.
She knows, don't you?
No, she said, I don't know, I think it was DR Congo when they won. She said, this is a good thing for immigration. What the fuck are you on about, Emma Hayes? Shut the fuck up and get back to playing hockey. No.
She does know her shit though, Chris. She's in charge of the American women's team, isn't she?
Yeah. Thank you. Reese has just agreed with me. He said, "No way, woke fucker." Yes, she is. You know, I mean, they moan about men commentating on women, so they shouldn't have women commentating on men. It's as simple as that.
Football's a beautiful game, Chris, no matter what, whether you
Oh,
wear a
and
skirt
obviously,
or a kimono
it's
or
excellent. It's excellent for immigration as well, isn't it? I watch too much TikTok. That's me trouble. Look, I tell you what, we're still not back here. What changes would you make?
I changed on Stones, Chris. I want to watch back that last goal because that was central defensive error. He shouldn't have been allowed to head that ball. It's such a straightforward ball over the top. Yeah, I'd get Mark Gay in. He's far more mobile. He's sharp. He's had a brilliant season for Man City. Played him every single minute of every match, mostly. And he's not ring rusty. He's match fit and match sharp.
Gordon, he's not really done much.
No, but I mean, you know, sometimes it do. Sometimes games they do go down one side, and you know, Madueke's seen a lot of the ball, so maybe it's just the way Croatia set up that Gordon's, you know, having to tuck inside and you know that sort of thing. So it'd be interesting to see how the game develops actually, because we have got options. We have. But to let 2 goals in against a team like Croatia, but by half time even, that isn't good enough.
It's not. We're going to go back to the stadium. We're going to get our commentator Tom and his Phil Neville. He said Gary Neville, but it's more like Phil Neville in Reese. We'll see you. We'll get all back together again at full time.
Perfect timing, Chris. We've got the second half underway now, and Croatia are going to play it back to their centre back and play it long, and it's headed back to Pickford. Reese, any changes you would have made at half time, mate?
Not quite just yet. I'll keep it for maybe another 10-15 minutes, then I would roll out the change. I'd probably bring Saka on for Madueke and probably change the wingers or get Gordon off for Rashford. Maybe have a little change in midfield as well, maybe Morgan Rogers for Bellingham, but I'm okay with it staying the same so far.
Yeah, me too. I quite like what Wayne said about maybe bringing Gahey on for John Stones. I just think Gahey this season in particular, his form has been really, really good, actually, hasn't he? So, yeah, so here we go. Anyway, England have got the ball now, go about the halfway line, playing between the centre halves. I mean, 2-2 so far, and you've got to say, really, I mean, yeah, you could argue maybe there was an offside goal in there. Maybe the penalty shouldn't have been retaken as well. So is it really Wayne? Reese. I was just thinking of Wayne there. Reese, is it really, you think, you know, what we deserve so far, 2-2?
I think maybe so. I think we've had the better chances, and I think we've caused more problems than Croatia have caused us. But Croatia have been a bit more clinical in the game. But that's a great ball to Bellingham.
Yeah, superb ball here. I'm just going to reset.
Oh, what a goal!
Mate.
What a goal! Yes!
See, I'm that far behind you, mate. I'm going to have to reset. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, what a play.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate.
No, it's fine, mate. Don't worry. I'm glad you saw. What a play. So it came across here on the far-hand side, and then it was played through. Bellingham took on his man, slots it home into the bottom corner, running into the penalty area. And just like that, all our worries at the end of the first half vanish into thin air. England 3, Croatia 2. Come on. I'm going to reset my stream, mate.
That's okay, mate. I'll explain the goal. That's a brilliant ball from Elliot Anderson down the right-hand side. Bellingham takes it in his stride, powers into the box near the right-hand side of the box, and that is a fantastic finish off the post and in at the far post. And what a strong start. And it looks like Tommy Tuchel's half-time plan has worked, and that is the difference, Chris, between Thomas Tuchel and Gareth Southgate.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah, you just saw the intensity straight off the bat there at the start of the second half, didn't you? You almost saw like that desire to put things right. And isn't that a big part of football as well, guys? You know, things are going to go wrong. VAR decisions aren't going to go your way. How do you respond to that? It's a quality all the best teams that go on to win things do. And right now, 47 minutes on the clock. We just got the game back underway again. England 3, Croatia 2. And we'll take that. And Reece is giving a minute there, calming back on the sofa. I love it, mate.
Yeah, we've got the ball again.
Chance. Oh, and the keeper makes a great save. We literally, it was one high up the pitch again. Bellingham's getting the fans up here and waving his arms. He took a strike from the edge of the D there through a crowd, and the goalkeeper manages to not even see it, but it hits him on the chest, quite central, and it goes behind for another corner. Wow, that's the England we want to see, Reece.
Yeah, it's fantastic. No panic. Straight back to the game plan. Up the intensity, and I've got to give credit to Thomas Tuchel for this half-time team talk. The intensity has been absolutely superb since second half. And to be fair, Chris, you did, but at the start of the show, you did, at the start of the half-time analysis, you did say, oh, it's like Southgate never left. Nonsense.
Yeah, because the commentator, Rice to take the corner in now. It's going to be an in-swinger to the back post, and it's been headed wide. Oh, that was such an opportunity there. It was Nico O'Reilly, unmarked. Great corner from Rice. Goes all the way across the 6-yard box, curling, dipping. Goalkeeper comes out, decides to go back. He's completely out of position, and Nico O'Reilly, unmarked, heads it down towards the bottom left top-hand corner of the goal, and unfortunately, it's gone past the post, not inside the post, Reece.
Yeah, that could come back to haunt us as it already has in the first half when we've conceded 2 goals that we didn't take our chances and Croatia punished us. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite us on the backside. And I know you are, Chris. I love you really, mate.
That's what this channel's all about, guys. And on that note, Chris, seeing where the ITV studios are, the next time we have a World Cup, you're taking us to New York and giving us a balcony to sit by, mate.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Unbelievable stuff. And there's Thomas Tuchel once again, straight on the touchline, once again, getting animated, getting into the players, raising that energy. So much of this game, so much of this World Cup is about that energy levels. And this is what Jude Bellingham's there for, isn't he, Reece? Because he's a high-level player for this sort of environment.
On his day, he's a world-class footballer. I don't care what anyone says. He's not had the best season. You know, he's been injured, majority of it. But I will say that when he puts on an England shirt, and you've seen it in the last Euros, he turns it on, comes up with big moments, and he proved it again there, getting us back in the lead.
Absolutely. And we've seen an intensity rise here. 5 minutes gone of the second half. And every time Croatia are trying to pass the ball amongst the back, we're now seeing Kane, we're now seeing Gordon, we're seeing Madueke, we're seeing Bellingham, all of them trying to press them higher up the pitch and try and win that ball. As I say it, though, there's been a good job there done by the goal scorer for Croatia, Baturina, who had 3 players on him, and he's won a free kick here and about halfway inside the England half.
Yeah, Croatia using their experience there. They have got a lot of experienced footballers, you know. I mean, there are a lot of holder heads in there, but they use that really well, and they've got a free kick in a dangerous position. Luka Modric is going to whip it in.
Yeah, about halfway inside the England half here, just to the south of the D here. Sort of halfway between the D and the edge of the penalty area. Looks like England are going to line up a wall just on the edge of the D area. There's 2 Croatia players trying to create a run here. It's going to go over. It's going to be headed really clear well there by, I believe that was Harry Kane again. Once again, there could be a counter for England here. 2v2, ball played through, and unfortunately the ball from Gordon has come off the heel of the Croatia player who was running back trying to cover Bellingham. But that is the danger that the team can possess, which is really good to see. Just that desire to make a counter. Croatia under some pressure here again now. They played it back to the centre back, and he's had to go long here because he once again, Reece, had 2 England players on him.
They're really panicking, even still now, even in the half time. It's not changed. Declan Rice, come down. Come on. Down left hand side.
Rice. He's got a shot. Oh, good save. Oh, my word. It was Declan Rice. He was coming in from the near side. He came in, right-hand foot shot, curled it towards the top left-hand corner of the goal. Goalkeeper jumps up, does a good job there. He probably could have gone a bit more precise into the top corner, but another shot on target for England, Reece.
Yeah, another corner now for England. Probably the keeper could have caught that, to be fair. Good job, Roy. Well, if Roy Keane would have been watching that, he said he should have caught that. But no, again, great intensity for the England team. Again, straight back to the game plan, and we're still pressuring even more. Hopefully we can get another chance here.
Another set piece opportunity is going to probably be Declan Rice again. Interesting enough, Declan Rice seems to be taking the corners either side, so it'll either be an in-swinger or an out-swinger. We just saw a score with the nearly score with O'Reilly from an in-swinger. This one will be an out. Let's see what this one does. Into the middle of the 6-yard box, met first though by Parasic, who manages to get his head on it and clear it away. Comes back out to Declan Rice, takes on his man there really well. Going to get the cross in, and it's going to be flicked over the top of the crossbar. Another corner. The pressure remains on, Reece.
Yeah, just going back to that last Declan Rice chance, that is Declan Rice at his best. This is where I think England have hampered him a little bit, you know, putting him in that holding midfield role. He's not holding midfield, he's number 8, driving into the box. He scores goals, he assists goals, and it's nice to see that Thomas Tuchel is actually using him to his abilities.
Yeah, short corner this time. First one of them we've seen in the game. It's come outside the penalty area. Now it's going to be Anderson who's going to flick it all the way back up to Declan Rice from where it started. Rice nods it on with a header here. There's been a bit of a 50-50 there with Madueke going over the legs of Modric. Modric did get there first, to be fair, and is going to go out for a goal kick. So, yeah, fair enough. Pressure is now off for a moment. But yeah, like you say, mate, I mean, I think it's definitely Declan Rice. He's an interesting one because I think he can do it all right. But he's so good at doing the defensive side of it as well. I think sometimes he gets pigeonholed as that, doesn't he? And a great comment from Prashant there. It seems like Croatia have hired Andrew Hughes as their set-piece coach. That would be the USA, mate, because it's true. He's doing it for the USA, isn't he, Reece?
He is, yeah. With Declan Rice, he can do it all. But in terms of, like, it worked well with him and Calvin Phillips because Calvin Phillips was better on the half-turn. And that's where Elliot Anderson comes into play, which allows Declan Rice to go forward a lot more. Because Elliot Anderson is brilliant on the half turn. He's shown it for Nottingham Forest and look like he'll get a big move this summer. But no, I think Declan Rice is a perfect all-round midfielder, probably the more modern-day Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, England just holding the ball now in their defensive zone. There's 4 Croatia players around 3 England defenders there. It's gone back to Pickford. He will go for the short option, which is going to be up here to Konsa at the north side of the penalty area. There's a running back ball there to Madueke. Kane once again really deep here, trying to pick the ball up. Shrugs off the tackle. Brilliant stuff. Carries the ball over halfway. That's the Harry Kane you want. Great ball out to the far hand side for Madueke. Madueke comes up against Guardiola. Digs it inside there towards Bellingham. And it's going to go by. Sorry, it's Reece James on the overlap. And it's going to go behind for another England corner. Much more dynamic in the attacking second half, Reece.
Yeah, Harry Kane again, once again, picking it up from deep. Brilliant way to shove off the defender there. Get Madueke down the right side. And fortunately, the pass there, again, let Madueke down. His end product needs to improve if we're going to get another goal here.
Yeah, it does look like the way England are playing, there's a steamroller effect happening at the start of the second half. We've played 10 minutes now, up to the 55th minute about here. It's going to be another corner for Declan Rice. And all you can say is England have literally turned up the volume to 11 here from what was probably a 7 at certain points in the first half. The corner's about to come in now. The short option is there again, but he's starting to wander in towards the penalty area. So it's going to go in here towards the 6-yard box again. Going to be headed on, and it's parried off the line, and he hit the goalkeeper on the rebound, and it's cleared off the line. Oh, my God. The first header was superb. It was saved and parried down. The goalkeeper was on the deck. Ball comes in again and flicked on by a Croatian defender. It's back behind for another corner. Croatia know they're on the ropes here. They're a boxer, Reece, had just taken a punch and he staggered.
Oh, that is a great save from that header from Nico O'Reilly there. And another good save from Anthony Gordon there. We've got to make these chances count because otherwise it is going to come bite us on the backside here. But we are really ramping up the pressure now, trying to get that 2-goal lead.
Goalkeeper did really well, bear in mind he was on the floor. I mean, luckily for him, the header did come in his direction there from Anderson, or Gordon, sorry, but it was well. He dealt with it well and managed to get rid of it. Modric having a word with the referee here before Rice is going to take this next corner now, excuse me. And this one's going to be an in-swinger. So this one, once again, leans towards the danger we just saw with Nico O'Reilly unmarked at the back. Rice barking instructions here. England players waiting. The whole nation waiting, Reece. Come on, let's get a 4th goal. In it comes now. It's going to go all the way to the back. The goalkeeper gets a punch on it ahead of the man. This time he knew where it was going. Like last time, went to the far end of the 6-yard box. Throwing to England, Reece, far side.
Yeah, ball comes into the box there. Is that going to go out of play? Oh, brilliant there from Kane.
Brilliant from Kane's been shielded really well there by England. Left off from Madueke. Kane now with a strike straight at the goalkeeper, but once again gets it on target. Rebound again, punches away from the goalkeeper. The rebound came off the deck and bounced up. The goalkeeper punching it out.
Brilliant.
We've won it back again. The Croatia got everyone behind the ball. Cross in, 6-yard box. Kane there battling for it.
Oh my
Kane
God.
in a 50-50. And unfortunately, he was on the wrong side of it, and it was well defended there by Suisalo. Sorry, Stanisic it was, his Bayern Munich teammate. Oh, my goodness me. The chaos is so much I can't keep track of who's who.
Wow, what a chaotic 5 minutes it's been in this game in the second half. What a start to the second half this has been. First shot there from Kane with his left foot. Great save from the keeper. Gets down low to it. And then we have another shot here. Crossing Bellingham. Brilliant ball with his weaker left foot, by the way. And Kane just missed out. And this is why Thomas Tuchel loves these set pieces, by the way. You know, that's why he's picked these profile players. And I think if we carry on in this tournament and go deep, it's going to be a big, big problem for these big teams.
It is changed from Croatia here. Luka Modric has had enough of the game. Apparently, he's been replaced by the man from Manchester City, Kovacic. So that's an interesting one, Reece. What do you make of that? Because I'd argue you want to put on Kovacic alongside Modric, perhaps. But Luka's not had a good game today for them, has he?
He's not, because I think with the way England making the tempo of the game, it's favouring England, and I think you need a bit more fresh days. I think that could benefit Croatia actually if they play the cards right here. But at the end of the day, their best player's gone off, and their best ball player has gone off. So maybe we can control the midfield a bit better now. Yeah,
maybe England passing the ball amongst the back here again now. Croatia once again having to high press it because they were goal down now, so they're going to have to commit players forward. Laid off by Pickford here to John Stones, who's going to carry the ball forward. He's not getting challenged yet. There's the option of O'Reilly down his left-hand side, and he plays it off the Croatian player, plays it off there. Stanisic again, who seems to be everywhere for them trying to make something happen. Throwing to England, comes all the way back to Jordan Pickford, who stood on the edge of his D here, trying to marshal things. England now once again looking to maybe break Croatia down. Will they go long this time? No, we're going to go up to the far-hand flank and Konsa, who's creating a bit of width here through the centre-back partnership. Once again back to Konsa. Once again getting chased down here, but England, they're going to try and let Croatia run rings around themselves. Long ball forward now, trying to find Madueke. It's won by Croatia, bounces down. The second ball's won by England in the centre midfield, which is really good. Bellingham now has got some opportunities and some time here just to take a bit of sting out of the game, lay it off back to John Stones. And here we come over halfway again now, linking up nice 1-2s. Reece James there, brilliant again, lays it back, and Croatia are taking the rest here, Reece.
Yeah, Bellingham's controlling this game now. That little turn there on the ball, he's full of confidence after that goal. And you just knew he was going to score. So that is a poor pass there from Declan Rice. Yeah,
slightly overhit, and unfortunately he's going to go out of play here for a throw to Croatia here, right on the halfway line on his near-hand side. But it's still England 3, Croatia 2 as we hit the hour mark, which is all we can accept here. They're just showing a replay there, and it looks like there could have been a foul on Bellingham by the goal scorer, Baturina, but the referee was nothing doing. The game's getting a little bit more heavier now, isn't it, Reece? They're getting a little bit more physical in these tackles.
Yeah, but I think we've shown a good grit and determination when we've gone in for these 50-50 tackles. You know, when we've had chances to maintain the tack. So we've had challenges going in and high pressing on the ball. We're showing very fit levels at the minute. I know it's only 60 minutes in, but if we can maintain this for the whole tournament, wow, we're going to cause teams problems.
I wonder if the air conditioning inside the stadium's helping today. If we end up playing in Mexico, it might be a little bit different, but we'll take it so far. Anyway, England tried to play another long ball forward there, which is the interesting comparison to the Southgate ball, isn't it, Reece? Because under Southgate, it'd very much be we wouldn't play those long balls. They just wouldn't exist. And I would say 3/4 of the game, we've played long balls. And then the other time, we found some nice, intricate football. How impressed are you, mate, so far, what we've seen from Tuchel?
Very impressed. Defence needs tightening up, though. But in terms of going forward, it's the best I've ever seen England play at a tournament. It's direct. It's very intricate. You know, there's lots of pragmatic, different ways of going forward, and it's really off throwing Croatia here. And I think again, if we go far in the tournament, it could cause teams problems because you're seeing a lot of teams nowadays. That's a great ball from Pickford there.
Yeah, under pressure.
Yeah, and you're seeing a lot of teams now stick to their one style, but with this pragmatic style, it's very underrated in the modern game. So hopefully we can use it to our advantage. And we've got a free kick now in our own half.
We have indeed. The biggest compliment I could give him is I hope Leicester play like this next season. We've got about a little bit in League One, but we might need some more physicality and height in the Leicester team yet. But it's about England tonight, not about Leicester. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, guys. Obviously, we talk Leicester most of the times, but we're here for all the World Cup as well. And Chris does nightly World Cup recap shows as well, normally at 6 o'clock. And they're really good shows just to catch up what's happened in the day. So, like I say, like and subscribe and make sure you join them. England now trying to bring the ball out from the back, a little bit of possession, a little bit of pedestrian, trying to play it now to Anderson. 4 Croatia players trying to sweep around him here. Goes back to Konsa, who's going to go back to Pickford. Pickford really leading the line here when it comes to the defence, isn't he, Reece?
Yeah, he played a poor passer. That was bleeding Kasper Schmeichel, Jakub Stolacic, there, that kick out of play there.
Yeah, but how many teams do this now? I mean, in the Champions League, it was noted that PSG did it intentionally against Bayern to try and nullify them. They kicked it straight out of play, didn't they?
Yeah, see, I've seen a lot of teams do it now, like straight from the kickoff, go long and just kick it straight out of play and try and close it down. But it is obviously a tactical. I can see why teams do it, but you know, at the end of the day, it's not going to work probably 100%, 99% of the time, is it? Good evening, Nate. Nice to see you in.
Yeah, good to see you, Nate. How are you doing, bud? Yeah. So far, so good, mate. I think the end of the first half, there was a few nerves from everyone, obviously. And, you know, when you've got nerves, you can start picking apart things a little bit. My personal feeling was, look, you know, I think you could argue the penalty being retaken was probably a bit of fortune in our favour, especially when he stopped and then took the shot and then the goalkeeper was off his line. They're really difficult decisions and then go 50-50 sometimes. And I think the offside, I get what people are saying. Those decisions in football sometimes are going to go against you. It's about how you react to that. So for me, the reaction at the start of the second half for England to go out there, Bellingham to get the goal to give them the lead, and really since then we've been on them like a rash, haven't we, Reece? So I'm quite happy.
Yeah, what I will say is as well, even though we've conceded 2 goals, and the way the team have bounced back, that shows that they believe the manager as well. They're playing for the manager, even though he's a German. So that's good to see as well. And they look like they're enjoying themselves out there as well. But I would like that second goal, that fourth goal, for a bit of a cushion.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, because as we know, so far the one criticism we could have is that there's been one or two mistakes. But when you're playing in the World Cup against good teams, they can cost you. A little bit of running into danger here from England.
Oh,
Nico O'Reilly, they're trying to do a bit too much, and there's going to be an opportunity here. Croatia, I've got players forward, a bit of space on this far-hand side, going to be crossed inside perhaps. He's trying to cut into the inside, and he's going to go out and play for a corner here. There was a Croatia player offside there in that as well, but he didn't touch the ball, and the ball rolls behind, and now we got to defend a corner, Reece. Oh, no, is it going to be a goal kick? What's he saying?
No, it's offside. I think the Croatian player... Yeah, the Croatian player touched the ball there. That's twice now John Stones has been caught out with that near second manoeuvre. And I think if you see... I don't know if it's because Perisic went for the ball or what it was, but we got away with that one there. We have to rebuild and go again.
Yeah, I think that would have been a corner. He didn't. I mean, he stopped trying to get the ball, didn't he? He didn't touch it. But anyway, here come England now over the halfway line. Nice little bit of triangle football here. One touch. Going to come to... Oh, and there's been a hefty challenge there. That was a hockey check. My goodness me. He literally went shoulder into his side. Anderson's on the deck here holding his leg. Croatia leaving one on there. Do you see the frustration starting to come through now, Reece, in the Croatian team?
They can't deal with the intensity that we're playing the game. He did get a touch on the ball, but he took the man first there. But they cannot deal with the intensity that England are bringing in terms of going forward and their high pressing. They're getting a bit frustrated. I think that's why they've took Luka Modric off. Yeah,
they replaced him with physical bruteness in Kovacic, haven't they? And Kovacic there immediately leaving his mark on things. Reece James now going to take the free kick short here, back to the halfway line, and to Konza, the last man back. Back to Reece James here, a little bit of space perhaps. Going to, lay it off to Bellingham. Back to James again, trying to drag Croatia out here for a little bit of space. Comes back inside, lays it off to Bellingham again, who's going to kick it back. Really nothing hurting here, is there, Reece? As long as we don't make another slip-up, which has been the reason we conceded the 2 goals so far.
Yeah, Nico O'Reilly worries me a little bit with how he's playing. That's a great turn from Gordon there down the left-hand side. He tries to cross. Yeah. I think Gordon needs to be replaced here. I think he's not showing the levels that he did against Costa Rica. Maybe make a change, different personnel, Marcus Rashford maybe.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think Stanisic has had a really good game for Croatia, despite them conceding 3 goals. I think out of all their defenders, I expected it to be Guardiol, because I think he's a very talented player. And as we see more Croatia changes coming up here, and we're going to see coming off is going to be Vuskovic, the centre-back. Also coming off is going to be Musa, the striker who normally plays in Dallas. We're going to see Pasalic come on, the second Pasalic. They've got 2 of them, would you believe that? Which makes things nice and complicated for me and you calling this game. And they're bringing on 6'4" Matanovic up top. So that is replacing a smaller striker. He's with a bigger striker. Thoughts?
I think that shows they'll probably go a bit more direct, try to hold the ball, or they're seeing that we're a bit leaky at the back, so they might use that to our advantage, try and push us back even further. But hopefully Tuchel will roll out the changes soon. I'm getting a bit worried he's not making a change yet, but we've won the ball back.
I agree with you. I think we should get Mark Gahey on for John Stones. I think Mark Gahey's physical presence, and he's also a cool head, isn't he? He's a calm head. I think the step he took up this year from going from Palace to Man City, while it seems like, he's a Premier League footballer, that is a big step, because all of a sudden you're playing top European football after playing for Palace, and the level down, aren't you? And I think he really took it in his stride this year, and he should be applauded for it.
Ooh.
I know, a bit dodgy at the back here. Pickford under a bit of pressure. He's shrugged over by the new striker coming on the pitch. The referee's going to be probably a little bit kind here, because it was only a little sort of love tap of "I'm watching you, mate." And yeah, Pickford there. That's the danger of a sweeper keeper, though, Reese, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We've seen it a lot with Mads Hermansen, especially in that Enzo season. It was very frustrating to watch it. No wonder my nails are looking very thin at the minute from all this biting and stress and stuff.
I'm getting red. I'm getting red, mate, which is normally a sign
I
of
can
getting
say,
hot.
yeah. It's a great ball long there to Bellingham, though, if he can get there. No, he can't.
Yeah, shielded out really well there by Gvardiol once again. I mean, he's a big unit. I mean, Gvardiol, apparently, I was reading today, actually started off playing as a 10. I know, once again, dodgy, but 2 versus 2 for England here. I mean, what Croatia seem to have done is since those changes, they've obviously chucked a bit more 2 up top here. They were playing 2 attacking mids, 2 10s. I think they've gone now for 1 and then 2 strikers, Reece. So, yeah, I wonder if we should make that change pretty soon, but no sign of any activity yet is on the England bench.
No, I'm getting a bit worried now. I think we need to change it up a little bit. But obviously, I'm going to back Tuchel and hopefully he'll make the changes at the right time. Maybe at the 70th minute, he'll be looking at maybe get some pace on the wings, and because Croatia will be pushing forward to try and get that that equalising goal, and hopefully we can punish them with some pace on the wings here. Declan Rice got the ball on the left side here.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Here comes Declan Rice coming over here. Yeah, and I think, you raise a good point there. I think also maybe, the Rashford call's a good one, actually. I just think Rashford, at this time of the game, he's just got a goal in him as well, hasn't he? But anyway, here come England on the far side now. It's going to be chipped in over the top. Harry Kane's up there. He flicks it on. Gordon's here. He's going to take the shot. He's going to hit the centre-back, and he's going to fall to Croatia, and now got an opportunity to maybe come out. England trying to win this ball back, though, and a good little sliding tackle there. And once again, I believe that's Jude Bellingham, isn't it, coming over again? How much has Bellingham impressed you with his actual break-up play at the high end of the pitch today, Reece? Because he seems to be everywhere winning those balls.
Yeah, he's been excellent at that. It's one of his best attributes. We've got a hydration break now, so I will continue. It's one of his key attributes to his game. As you can see, Thomas Tuchel talking to him now, obviously, I think looks like we're going to be making a change now. Looks like Morgan Rogers will be coming on for England, who's had a fantastic season for Aston Villa. But yeah, it's excellent the way he breaks up the play higher end of the pitch, and I've not really seen Jude Bellingham play like that for England in recent years. It was more of a shadow striker behind Harry Kane at the last Euros. Now he's being a bit more of a playmaker. Oh, here we go.
A bit more of a workhorse as well, isn't he? Which I think actually is similar to what we talk about Declan Rice. I mean, he can do both. I mean, but I kind of like, being a bit old school, just that hard work ethic, just trying to get a player really running, really chasing down the simple parts of the game, because he can do all the flash stuff, can't he, Bellingham? But the simple parts here, we're seeing Marcus Rashford is stripped off here as well. So Morgan Rogers and Marcus Rashford look to be coming on.
Bukayo Saka as well.
Wow, dynamic changes, and that's going to probably be all the attacking three. So we're looking at probably here, guys, as a guess, it'll be Madueke, Bellingham, and Gordon coming off, but we will see.
Yeah, I think that will be the changes I would make as well. I'm surprised he'll take Bellingham off, but he has worked tirelessly. And in this heat and weather, you've got to be really careful that you don't burn your players out. I know that probably sounds a bit woke from me there, but no,
it's true. It's a long tournament, mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a one-game scenario, it's different. But this is hopefully the beginning of a lot of games of football for this England team in the next few weeks.
Well, you'd like to think so. I mean, I think in terms of the attacking sense, I think we're probably up there with the top 2 teams I've seen at this World Cup so far. Maybe us and France and Argentina are the best 3 attacking. I'm not going to count Germany in that because they scored against a pub team virtually. Thomas, but in terms of attacking patterns and forward thinking stuff, I put us in the top 3 so far. Just need to tighten up at the back, and hydration break nearly coming to an end, and now the changes will be made.
Yep, 70 minutes on the clock, guys. Thank you very much, everyone, being here. Some comments from Simon. Certain individuals had the Mexican wave deported. Did you hear about this, Reece, about how England fans might get in trouble for chanting a certain person might be very good at using his hands on himself? Did you hear about that? What's your thoughts? I mean, I think personally that's a part of football, isn't it?
Well, it is, yeah. I mean, I've always been one of them that I'm sick of politics being brought into football with, obviously you're seeing taking the knee for Black Lives Matter and, all this just can we just keep football to football? At the end of the day, it's nothing to do with politics, and I'm getting a bit fed up with it. The changes are being made now as we speak.
We are indeed, guys. And Prashant Gordon is not using the free space effectively. Yeah, I think he's been very heavily marked by Stanisic, hasn't he? And I think also England have primarily played on the opposite side. It's actually going to be Declan Rice coming off for Morgan Rogers here. So that's an interesting one. So we'll see what the rest of these are. Declan Rice is off. We've got Anthony Gordon coming off for Marcus Rashford. So that's a like-for-like change. How does this fit? We've got Bukayo Saka coming on as well for Madueke. Interesting. Right, okay. So Saka, Rashford and Rogers. That would suggest Rogers is going to probably play central midfield, or are we moving something around? Bellingham.
I think, yeah, you can see there Rogers has pushed forward and Bellingham's dropped back a little bit into Declan Rice's role, which when he was playing at Borussia Dortmund and Birmingham in the start of his Real Madrid career, he was absolutely fantastic, and that was his main position, playing in that number 8 role, which Declan Rice has done fantastic tonight, may I add.
Yeah, he has. He's run his socks off as well. He's sort of turned up on the left and right, hasn't he? Here come Croatia now, as we said that, guys. It's going to be a 3-on-3. Going to be a little bit spaced to the top of the penalty area. They're going to try and cross it across 2 England players there, and it's going to be cleared away by Konza really well. Saka's first touch of the ball. He's brought down by Perisic. Perisic carries him back up, and it's going to be a free kick to England.
Yeah, it was a good ball there. Croatia had a chance. They didn't really make that chance count, really, and I think we defended that really well, which is one of the few occasions I can say we defended it really well. But we will and we'll play it back to the keeper by the looks of it. Thomas Tuchel's got his hands together praying by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think it was nice to see him talk to Bellingham and just really outline to him, what he wants. And like you say, I think dropping it back into that centre mid isn't a bad idea, really. I mean, what other options are there we could have gone for? Jordan Henderson, Mainu. There's probably the only 2, really, isn't it? So, yeah, I kind of get it for this scenario just because of what he's doing with winning the ball back. England have got the ball here. The referee was not going to blow for the Croatia free kick. Coming inside the penalty area, it's been unfortunately intercepted there by the Croatian centre-back, but there was a good opportunity there playing in with the triangle football that we can see England play. It's been mostly long balls tonight. Here comes Croatia. Lucky.
Yeah, I've just gone back to the keeper there, Jordan Pickford. Again, Croatia, wasted opportunity there. The player managed to drive through 3 England players in the midfield there. The intensity's just dropped that probably 5% a little bit there. But James has played a long ball over to Marcus Rashford. If he can get on the end of that, he can.
Superb stuff from Marcus Rashford. The goalkeeper, is the goalkeeper going to get there? Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant goalkeeping there. He read that really well. He's been fantastic, the goalkeeper, even though he's let 3 goals in.
Yeah, which shows you how well England have played so far, doesn't it, mate? Really? Yeah, I think credit. I mean, the only annoying thing is we've got 15 minutes left here, guys. It is still Croatia 2, England 3, and there is still a 1-goal game here. And it feels the sort of game where there is still another twist to come in the tail. There's still high lines going on. There's still sweeper keeping going on from both teams, and there's still like 2v2s, 3v3s, oppositions countering each other any opportunity. And it just makes you think, doesn't it, Reece, that there still can be a big moment coming? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I'm surprised the higher lines are still going on, but at the end of the day, that's how modern teams play. They don't change the way they play. But I think as the tournament goes on, when we're playing the likes of maybe a Brazil or Argentina or a Spain, I think you will see a more pragmatic approach from Tuchel. But I think if he feels that we are superior to the opposition, he will stick to his guns with his main tactical formation.
Yeah, I think you're right. What's interesting about Croatia is when they played Brazil recently in a friendly, they went 5 at the back, which they haven't really done in this game, have they? Which shows they probably felt, we've given the ball up just outside the penalty area, and it's Stanisic again, and there's going to be an opportunity. Yeah, it was a good save from Pickford, wasn't it? Good stuff there from Bellingham to hold the ball up, and we've cleared on the counter-attack, but no, the ball's going to come all the way back. And Pickford picks it up. I'm going to reset my stream here because I've once again, mine's the official one, and I seem to be lagging behind you after starting ahead of you, mate.
That's strange. You're not watching on the normal, not the normal TV, or do you have like a?
No, it's a laptop here, mate. It's not a TV.
Okay.
That's
enough.
Probably what it is, bud. Yeah, yeah.
I do apologise.
No, you're fine, mate. Mate, please keep going. We want to see your reaction to it. It's not a problem. I was slightly ahead of you before, and cheers for that. Cheers for that comment, Nate, as well, mate. Lovely to see you, bud, today.
Yeah, hopefully Mr. Chris is enjoying my role as a co-commentator, and hopefully he'll recommend that I can do another one. If not, then he'll tell me to piss off.
Yeah, we've warmed up into it, mate, haven't we? You know, when it's the first time we've done this, guys, obviously as a tandem, you know, here come Croatia now, strike from distance, and Pickford's got down well, taking the sting out of the shot, and he's going to pick it up. But yeah, no, I think we've got when you do these things, you know, you've got to get used to how each other are as well, haven't you? I think we're getting the hang of it now a bit, bud.
Yeah, hopefully your stream can keep up and make it a bit easier. Oh, it took a massive deflection there of John Stones, and that really did take the sting out of the shot.
I'll steal a telly out another room for next time and get a proper telly in there. That'll make it easier. I was running around today looking after kids all afternoon, being Uncle Tom. So, you know, and bless them, they love me now at this age, so I'm enjoying it before they just think, oh, he's horrible. You know, he gets that age when the uncle's not cool anymore. Here come Croatia on the far-hand side anyway. It's going to be Perisic laying it off back here once again to the fullback who's coming forward. Who do you think is more likely to get the next goal? The longer it goes on, unfortunately, the more I think Croatia might just do it, because they've hung in there through the hardness. You know, they've been rocked like a boxer a couple of times, but they've beaten the count. They're back up, trying to get a cross in now. Sliding effort from John Stones there, and it's gone behind. And the referee has given, the linesman has given them offside. We'll take that as a bonus. Bit of pressure building there, Reece, wasn't there?
There was, yeah. I will say Croatia have got that grit, and they've always had that grit, even from like the earlier days as well. You know, even if they don't have the quality, they replace that with that grit and determination in terms of seeing through the hard moments. They did that really well against us in that semi-final, and they got the rewards, and they went on to win the game and go to the final. So great save there from Pickford, pushed it away nice and hard away, and I do believe, Chris, that maybe Croatia will get that. Well, hopefully they won't, but they're more likely to get the goal. So I think we're starting to slowly see out the game now.
Vlasic has come on here for Pasalac, which means we've only got one Pasalac on the pitch now, where we had two a minute ago. So that'll make it a bit easier when I say Pasalac for everyone, guys, rather than working out. They've also both got like similar first names. It's like Mario and Marco or something. Would you believe it? So, you know, imagine getting that on your shirt. But anyway, Croatia now trying to play out from the back. It's come over the halfway line. Here's Konsa, who's going to play it back to Pickford. Pickford once again marshalling everyone. He's going to come forward now, Konsa. He's going to take a little hit on the leg there. Referee's going to give that. That was one of those where it's a 50-50. But because like there was so much exposure, if Croatia got the ball on that side of the pitch, there was 2 versus 1. It might have led to a goal. I think you give those, don't you, Reece?
You do, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if we're up against better opposition, they may make better use of it. And here comes Jude Bellingham off now. Who's he being replaced with them? Not too sure. Maybe Kobbie Mainoo, maybe?
That would make sense.
Yeah, here's that third goal again. That is a brilliant finish. Far post in the bottom corner. No keeper in the world saves that. And once again, he's shown up when England most need him. Very
hard technique as well with the foot he used as well. So credit to him to get it right in the corner. And no, it isn't. It is going to be coming on to do. Yeah, Jed Spence. Yeah, fascinating. So that's an interesting change here. It might suggest a shape change here as well. We'll have a look, guys, to see if we can work out what that is in a minute.
Yeah, Nico O'Reilly giving the ball. He's shown his inexperience in this game, Nico O'Reilly. He has done good in spells, but I think he needs that little bit more help down the left-hand side there. I think maybe we've gone to a back 5, maybe with Jed Spence as a wing-back. I'm not too sure. And
could be the James Justin thing we used to do at Leicester when he come in to be a centre-back, oddly.
Oh, God, well, I mean, I think Jed Spence is a better player than James Justin. But, James Justin. But you know, again, if that's what Tuchel feels we need to do, then we'll go with it.
I think the interesting thing is, I mean, like if there's one criticism you could argue with the team that's been picked for this World Cup, is left back a little bit short, especially now Livramento's had to go home, Reece. I mean, we've called up obviously Chalobah, but he's primarily a centre-back who might play at right-back, but it probably suggests Quansah's going to take that position. Shot from distance here, as I said, from Croatia. It was punched out by Pickford. Luckily, the shot was high-wide and not very handsome from Susic, but there's a bit of a warning shot there as well. What do you think about the left-back scenario, Reece?
Yeah, I think as the tournament goes on, I do think you'll see a Jed Spence come in for Nico O'Reilly against those more pacey electric winners like an Elise or a Lamine Yamal. You'll see a Jed Spence come in because, as Tuchel has come out and I quote, he loves to defend, and I think we're going to need them in the bigger games.
I think we are.
Yeah.
Chris has
Very
just told us there, Chris, that Reece James apparently has gone into the holding midfielder role. So he's going to go in alongside Elliot Anderson, which then means Jed Spence is going to go on the right back position. So that's interesting. Croatia's still pressing high here. And the longer this goes on, Reece, the more I'm thinking, if we make a mistake in a minute, which any football team could do, not just England, right? Just from how it's happening, there could be danger here. What would you like to see England do? Keep trying to get another goal here, perhaps?
I think so, yeah, because we've proven that if we sit back and defend when the pressure's on, that we're going to crumble. Maybe
Great run here. Great run here. Play ball through. Oh, and it's a great little touch on the ball. Goalkeeper came out and met it. There was a nice run up the flank there. It was played all the way through. It looked like it was Saka, was it there? Who was running on the end of it. The goalkeeper ends up in a 50-50 scenario, halfway inside his own penalty area. They both go for it. The goalkeeper wins that duel, but Saka, I believe it was there, nearly got on the end of that, didn't he?
No, that was Jed Spence there.
It was Jed Spence, my apologies, making that burst from the fullback position.
And Thomas Tuchel again proving right. He is the fastest player in the team, and Croatia got a free kick in their own half here. And but wow, what a chance that was! But the electric pace on Jed Spence there to get in that position to potentially score one of his only goals for England, and nearly put the game to bed there.
You'd argue in a foot race, he's probably the quickest player in the England squad, Jed Spence. I mean, he might not lack the, the quality, perceived quality of a lot of other players, but he's got pace for days, hasn't he, and energy for days. Here comes Croatia now down this near-hand side. Ball comes inside, trying to play a 1-2. England players back defending. Ball inside the penalty area. It's flicked out here to Rashford, who's back down by the south by the south corner flag. Croatia now got bodies forward again. We've got us penned back a bit here. And now we're going to try and shield them out. But Croatia taking their time, trying to pick an opportunity. Ball pinged down to the near-hand side again for Stanisic, who's been, I think, their most crucial man tonight. 82 minutes on the clock here. And once again, Reece, it's looking like Croatia is starting to build some pressure here.
They are, yeah. That's a great ball, but Pickford did really well there too.
Yeah, he could have grabbed it and he punched it, didn't he? It was a 50-50 and he came out and punched it just to the edge of the penalty area again. So the pressure remains on it. He probably could have caught it.
Well done, Saka. Yeah. Yeah, Perisic deliver a ball in there to the box, but Saka cut it out really well there. We're dropping too deep here. We need to up the pressure a little bit more.
We do, or at least try and steal something on a counter-attack. But it was nice to see the team had that in them, obviously, with Jed Spence making that run. That's a part of Tuchel's football. The fullbacks creating an unmarkable run into the penalty area. Deep crossing now to the far side of the penalty area. Croatia now pick the ball up on the outside of the D again. Greatest strike from distance through a crowd. Not enough power on it. Jordan Pickford picks that up like it was no problem at all.
Yeah, Croatia really building now up in the pressure. Kovacic there proving that it was a good sub to bring him on for Luka Modric, driving forward. That maybe Luka Modric won't be in that position to have that shot on goal. But 6 minutes left. Hopefully England can see this game out and maybe push on and get another touch wood.
Yeah, touch wood. I mean, there is opportunities there on the counter-attack, isn't there? And you have to say for Tuchel, to be fair, he's done all he can here, because what he's done is he's brought on the Sakas, he's brought on the Spencers, he's brought on the Rashfords, the players on the bench who have the most pace available, and obviously they're fresh now as well. Ball is played back here to Jordan Pickford again. Going to be laid off here to John Stones, who's going to play it short here, but it's dangerous ball there to Anderson. Anderson finds Konza now. The triangle of death, as I'm calling this, because it's the triangle just in front of our own goal here. And if you make one mistake, there's going to be an opportunity. Good stuff there from England. Here comes Saka. Players coming.
Yes!
Come on, there we go. That's what you do, baby.
Brilliant.
Spread the play.
Brilliant.
Spread the play. Yes! Unbelievable. That is what you call the game-winning goal with 5 minutes to go. England with 4 players on the far side of the pitch. Intricate football. Croatia are looking there, aren't they, Reece? And all of a sudden, Rashford's completely free on the far side of the pitch, and he gets the shot on. That's what he does. 4-2 England.
And that's exactly why I said I would bring on Rashford to maybe caveat that Croatia are going to be pushing forward, and they have done, and we've caught them out. It's a 3-on-1 situation. And Marcus Rashford, as I would say, come on and get the goal. Brilliant touch inside. And that is a classic finish into that far corner. Brilliant substitute from Thomas Tuchel. And that has surely put this game to bed.
Yeah, superb read from Rashford there. Just so instinctive. Just take it from his left foot to his right foot and put it across the goal. And that is 4-2 for England. My worries of a draw heading into this look like they've been relieved. There is beer flowing in the stands, ladies and gentlemen. England players with cans of England fans with cans above their head and beer spraying everywhere. That is 3 lines on your shirt. That is 4 goals for England. And that is unbelievable.
You can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man, no time to talk.
Well, there we go. Thank you very much for that one, Chris. I felt like I was in the film Madagascar for a moment there. I'm not sure about you, Reece.
By the way.
Oh, I know, classic. Going to see a change here happening now as well. It's going to be coming on is going to be Mark Gahey. John Stones is coming off.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, right substitute for me. See the game out. Sensible change there from Thomas Tuchel. Stones, bit shaky today. Maybe might be struggling for match fitness, but at the end of the day, he's contributed to a win. Well, touch wood. I'm not going to speak too soon, but yeah, right substitute. Mark Gahey with his physical presence at the back there should help counterfeit that they've got a big man up front. So, and we're still pressing forward here, Tom.
we are. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Yeah, Croatia have a little bit of pressure here because we seem to have found that energy level again. It seems to be, I've got to say, the game management from Tuchel and this has been superb, Reece, hasn't it? You know, we seem to have picked the right times to make sure we get ourselves out of danger. And I've always been a merchant for, look, if you're 1 goal ahead of a team, don't put yourself at risk. Go and get another goal. And that's what I think has been really important about this performance. We rode out that little bit of difficulty and then we turned up the volume at the right time. The substitutions have made a wonderful difference. Just the energy they've brought to the game. And now we've got about 3 minutes left here, guys, plus any added time. And we've scored 4 on our World Cup debut for 2026. Don't get copyrighted, Chris.
Oh, now. Get it off. No.
We're going to regret this. This will be clipped after we're going to get knocked out in the semi-finals, me holding the trophy. They call it planning the parade.
I'm going to say, Tom, Jed Spencer's made a real difference down that right side, and the change to put Reece James in the middle and put some pace on that right back position with Jed Spence running forward has really, really helped get the game back in England's control.
Yeah, definitely agree with that, mate. Definitely. And the thing that I find remarkable about this is it was only, 2018, you know, so that feels like yesterday to me, as it probably does to you, mate, that we were struggling against Croatia in the semi-finals of a World Cup. And this game has just looked like everything they've thrown at us, we've just always found a step above, haven't we, mate?
We have, yeah. I was actually 20. What was it? I was 19 years old when that game took place.
Christ, you make me feel old, bud. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're only 21 yourself, Tom. Come on now, don't be so harsh on yourself.
21 years of facial hair, probably, bud.
And again, we're 4-2 up, and we're still going for the throw here. Go and get another goal. Get the confidence as high as we can.
There we go. We lost about half the viewers when that came on.
Yeah, cheers for that, Chris. We're just in our flow, Martin Tyler and Gary Neville here. You know, you got your own commentary team here now, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll get better at this, mate, as the tournament goes on, won't we? So, you know, yeah, I mean, hopefully England will as well. 89 minutes on the clock, guys. The ball is with Perisic here for Croatia. Tries to ping a ball forward, and it's going to be well read there by England. It's going to go out of play here for throwing for Croatia on the far-hand side. We're going to see in a minute, guys, how much added time there is. Prashant is very cool. Rashford, very cool. Paulo Stevo, game over. And Prashant rightly has said, guys, let's not jinx this. Yeah, it's a very fair point. We've been watching Leicester all year, haven't we, mate? And we were 3-0 up at Southampton at one point. That went tits up, didn't it? Christ. Yeah, so let's hope here. We'll see how much added time there is, Reece.
Yeah, let's see this game out. But again, we're still pumping the ball forward. We're in again here down the right side with Saka.
Yeah, here we go. An opportunity. He's trying to play the ball through the legs there. And unfortunately, it doesn't find its way through to Rodgers entirely. But Kane's now down with a knock on his ankle. And we're getting confirmation it'll be 6 minutes left here to play in Dallas.
Yeah, hopefully Harry Kane's not took too bad of a knock there on his ankle. It's only been touched there slightly. He's probably just trying to kill the game potentially there, Harry Kane. So he's up and running again, so he's fine.
Stuff like this worries me because, you know, I was a bit of a dirty player. I mean, look at the state of me. Yeah, you probably can see it, but it wouldn't surprise me if someone wants to leave one on the England team now because they're doing so well, right? You know, the dark arts of, let's just stand on someone's foot now. you know, when they've played really well, to see if we can do some damage to them. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We're past the 90 minutes, 40 seconds. Croatia now trying to play out from the back. England all rushing back to get bodies behind the ball here. All that matters now with 5 minutes to go of the added time is just to keep the ball out of the net and just to stop any potential panic stations. But here do come Croatia now on the near-hand side. Going to be a little bit of 1-2 perhaps. No, he's going to try and play it in. It deflects off the England centre-back, and it's going to come all the way across here for Anderson, and he's going to play it all the way back to Gahey. Nice sprint stuff. Anderson's had a bit of a game today where he's been pretty unremarkable, but probably in the Michael Carrick way. Would you agree with that, Reese?
I think he's one of the most important players in this team. He allows the midfielders and wingers to do what they want to do. He sets the tempo in that holding number 6 role, and it's worked like a treat today. And he's going to be a very important player, and we could be seeing a future big move to maybe Man City or Man United in this transfer window.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there, mate. It's interesting how both of our left-sided players in this game have ties to Barcelona. One recently signed, one on loan there last year as well. So that's interesting. Croatia are going to have a throwing here on the near-hand side. There's a little bit of tomfoolery foot on foot there as well. It looked like England were returning the favour from what happened from Kane there as well, which I kind of like. But you've got to be careful. Interesting enough, no yellow cards in this game as well, Reese.
Yeah, I'm very surprised, especially with the amount of fouls that Croatia have been making, although we've made a few ourselves. But Croatia have been a bit more active in the fouls department there. Great header away there by Konza.
Yeah, nice little ball in again there. I mean, once again, an attempt here from Pasadak to try and make something happen for Croatia right at the death, trying to cross the ball into the 6-yard box, and it was cleared very confidently there. I mean, that's the sort of thing that Mark Gahey does for dinner, doesn't he? He just eats them all up and just clears them all out. And well said, Prashant. Leicester trauma is still very apparent. Definitely is, mate. Ball comes into the box and Pickford comes out, takes accountability, grabs it out of the sky. I like to see him giving Spence a high five there as well, mate.
Yeah, I love it. You can see the togetherness in the team. They're all playing for one another. They're playing for the manager. And even though they went 2 goals down, would have seen England teams collapse at that. But not this England team. Thomas Tuchel's really got the spirit going in this team. And he's been banging them about it all pre-tournament. And we've seen it in action today. They've been fantastic in terms of effort levels. 10 out of 10. Yeah,
I think that's it, isn't it? I think there seems to be a real good camaraderie between the players. So you can see it in the pitch on how they're doing things, which I really appreciate, and that's probably a big part of what we've seen. And, again, we've been pegged back, shot from distance here from Croatia. It has deflected, luckily, and it's going to bounce away. 93 minutes on the clock. Still 3 minutes left here. Croatia fast running out of time, mate, aren't they?
They are indeed. We've restricted them really well. They've given the ball away here.
Yeah, it could be a 1-on-1. Referee's blown.
Referee's blown there. No, as I was saying, my previous point there, we've really restricted them in terms of breaking us down. They've resorted to a lot of long shots during the whole 90 minutes. But the one time they did break us down, they scored a very good goal from it. We need to tighten up in that area against the better teams if we're going to get further in this tournament.
Yeah, 100%. Still an opportunity here, perhaps from a corner that the Croatia have just run on the far-hand side. Yeah, so pretty good. The Croatia fans don't look very happy in the stadium. Perfect is hiding between the advertising hoardings right now.
Corner in now.
Yeah, you talk about it, man. I'm just typing.
Oh, it's ball. Oh, great save from
Wow. Headed down by Croatia.
Now England can break here.
And England can break here. We'll talk about the opportunity for Croatia. It's 2v2. And unfortunately, he's come inside and looks like the pass. No, he's got past the pass the other side of him. That was like a game of pass the parcel. My words there. Rashford once again trying to come inside on his right foot, and it was well read there by Croatia. No. But Harry Kane is holding his thigh here, guys. No, sorry, his So what happened here? The ball came down. It was headed down by Croatia, and it wasn't a save from Jordan Pickford, guys. It was Harry Kane sliding on his knees to block a chance right in front of the goal line, uses his chest to keep the ball at the back of the net. He's back up now by the looks of it, but it was a bit of concern there.
Brilliant. Rodgers there, brilliant.
Yeah, superb.
Yeah,
it's a bit free kick to England.
High pressure on the ball, 95th minute, was still pressing the game. Does really well to turn the player. He gets away from him and he brings him down there. I hope Harry Kane is okay there.
I would have probably taken Kane off by now. He's got a long tournament ahead of him, hopefully. Maybe get Tonye on before, because I think the thing is, you don't want to run him out. And he's a sort of guy that will throw himself into a glass window for you, wouldn't he? He's that sort of player. And you've got to go, mate, calm down. We've got, a lot more games to go yet.
Yeah, he seems okay now. He's up and walking. He seems okay. But oh my god, brilliant! Oh my god, oh my
We just
word!
talk about how good Harry Kane is, guys. There was a nice
Oh
little
my word!
1-2
You
there,
know what?
wasn't there?
Do you know what? There's been a few times in this game where I've given the commentators curse. It's probably my first showing. If Croatia thought, all right, we're gonna sort that out. I said they didn't break us down, then they broke us down and scored a brilliant goal to make it 2-2. And then I was saying how good Harry Kane is at shooting, and now he's just scarred one from looked like a Robert Huth free kick.
Yeah, it looked like Yannick Vestergaard's effort we saw recently, didn't it? And actually, Kramaric just come off for Croatia, which didn't quite see. 96 minutes is up here, though, guys. We've got the 2-goal advantage, just literally waiting for any second now.
Yeah,
and it will be the 3 points for England. And it stops Croatia getting 3 points. Come on, what a job. Reece, really enjoyed that, bud.
Yeah, brilliant. Really enjoyed that. I'd love to do the Ghana one if Mr. Chris will let us again. And yeah, fantastic win. 10 out of 10 for effort. Got to tighten up in a few areas, especially at the back, but 4 really, really well taken goals. And on to the next one. There's less pressure in this one now.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to go grab a break. Chris will bring himself and Wayne in. I guess you're sticking around as well, Reece. So we'll be back, guys, as well. But Chris, take yourself in, bud.
Yeah.
Full time, 4-2. Forgot the full time bit. What a bad commentator.
Shocking.
Oh, God. Oh, I'll have what she's having.
We'll let Reece and we will let Tom have a bit of a break. They've been talking. What a fantastic job they did. And good commentary. Yeah, a bit of fun being added in there with a few comments. Well, I'm going to have to do. Well, no, I'll wait to do something until the guys come back. What a start, eh?
Very good, Chris. Very good. Look, you're not going to have it all your own way. Even Norway, although they won 5-1, you know, it looked iffy until they really got moving. Lots and lots of positives, as Reece says, toward the end there. Some of the forward play, it was really exciting, actually. 4-2 score, Chris. I mean, you know, it could have been a 0-0, 1-1 dirge fest a few seasons ago, but years ago. What a great...
I'll say this before Reece comes back, because I don't want him hearing this, but Tuchel managed that game very well.
He did, mate. You know, and the passion he showed as well was, you know, he's really passionate. He's really saying to players, and the commentator was saying on the television that he's been, since they came out from half time, Tuchel's been so animated on the sideline, and that's reflected in the way the players are playing. They're playing with a lot more passion, a lot more energy, and that's come from Tuchel.
Yes. I mean, where do you start with this? I mean, at half time, look, we'd conceded, but well, there's always never a good time to concede, is there? There's a really bad time to concede. Well, when's a good time to concede? But we did concede in the 45th and 50th minute, to be honest.
What do you say, Chris? There's never a good time to concede. Did you say there's never a good time to concede?
Well, there's not, is there?
No. Why aren't you playing that no shit Sherlock thing then?
Sorry. But yeah, I mean, but what a response! What a response in that second half.
2-0. We won. I mean, 2 each first half, 2-0.
Yeah.
What a response, Chris. That if you're the manager, Tuchel, he must be thinking, yes.
I mean, could he have asked any more of his players?
Well, no. I mean, because they are dangerous. They are really tidy on the ball. They are dangerous, as you said before we started. So many players played very, very well in that game. Very well.
I mean, it's nice to look at some post-match stats here and actually them be good. I mean, I'm looking at, and it's an odd shape, so I can't cut and paste it or anything. Let me just see if I can maybe. It's good. Well, might be able to do this. Bear with me here. Wait, no, I can't, as it's going to mess everything up.
You seen the momentum, look.
That's it. That's what I was trying to get. Hold that up to your camera, mate. Hold that up to your camera. England are yellow. England are yellow. How much of the fucking game did we have the momentum for?
Well, look, I mean, in the first half, as you rightly said, Chris, we had loads of momentum, apart from 3 or 4 minutes, and Croatia scored twice. But look at the dominant second half.
I know, and that's a good sign, isn't it? And interestingly, I asked who was going to get the next goal, and Reece said he felt it was going to be Croatia.
Well, the thing is, when Bellingham scored, we had loads of chances afterwards where the keeper pulled off some brilliant saves, didn't he?
I've got to say, looking at this, there's the first white dot in the second half. I'd say is probably just before the drinks break, probably.
Yeah, definitely, Chris. I mean, you've got to. I wouldn't say that's a complete performance, but look, the two defensive. The first goal I thought was a great goal, but their second goal before half time, that was a catastrophe. But what a result! All around the pitch, playing really well. Midfield looked good. Bellingham looked on fire. Actually, he looked really up for it as well. So yeah,
like Reece does really at the moment. He looks on fire, doesn't he?
He's knackered. Look, he's knackered.
I didn't even realise I was on the screen there.
I really know. That's why I said it, because I didn't think you did.
Silly.
Good job you weren't picking your nose, screw.
Hey, that's the least of his worries. At least he's got his underwear hidden. Great job, Reece. Great job, by the way.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Mate, brilliant.
Hopefully, you'll let me do it again. I really enjoyed that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought you were sort of out most nights when England are playing.
Well, I think for the group stage, I mean, I got let down tonight, which I was really a bit upset about. But but at the end of the day, I thought to myself, right, let's see if there's a watch along, and because I want to talk to someone while I'm watching England. I don't want to sit here on my ones, and I really enjoyed tonight. It was brilliant. Really enjoyed it.
I think as well. I think you and Tom worked very well together.
Yeah, I think once Tom got up to speed with me, because I was a bit further ahead than he was, and that's why we kind of clashed a little bit at the start. But once we got into like he was a bit further ahead than me, I thought we worked a treat.
Yeah,
it was fine. It was fine. We were great, mate.
Thanks, mate.
And so modest with it as well.
Well, it's not an easy thing to do. First time when you're sitting down with Reece, we get on well, but we've not really done a lot together and you got to find your flow and dynamic. And I thought we found it out pretty quickly, like the England team did tonight, which is really good.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Right. I'm just saying there. Oh, excuse me. Let's go 4-2. I'm going to ask you all first of all, because this is normally asked sort of before. I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. I mean, the England players are taking the adoration from the crowd, and I think that this is deserved, to be honest with you.
I tell you what we call this in Toronto. We think we're going to win the Stanley Cup, planning the parade, and it always backfires. Don't do it.
But as well as opening games go, Wayne, does it get any better than that?
No, and to the two guys that said that they haven't told the missus, but they both spent £1,000 on that ticket to watch the match, and saying, well, if you do that, don't put it out on television broadcast. Yeah, that was a great game to watch. Not only because it wasn't boring and cagey, like a lot of the games have been quite open games, but look, you're going to get. They were a really strong test, as you said, Chris, and they are really tidy on the ball. They're obviously dangerous because they got a couple of sniffs in the first half and scored 2 goals. But we've come, and you want to come through tests, and that's a really good test that we've come through.
I'm just looking here, Tom, at our opening games at previous World Cups. And I got to say, I'm looking down this list here. 2022 was probably better score-wise because we beat Iran 6-2, but we were playing Iran. And in fairness, they're no Croatia. I'll just end that out by saying I love you, Iran, if you're watching. Just covering myself there.
Is that what you're going to say? Yeah, no worries. I thought you were going to carry on and dig yourself a bigger hole there, Chris. And I thought,
no. Just showing, nothing. I love Iran.
No worries. Yeah. No, I think really when you look at it, I said it at the start of the commentary, didn't I? I mean, this is the sort of game that could grace a semi-final or a quarter-final, So with that in mind, you've got to look at it and go, look, potential banana skin game. Wayne just said it as well. There's certain challenges we had to face. You can argue a VAR goal that can go either way, a penalty retake that can go either way, and ultimately football brings that. And we live in a world right now where we focus on the negatives of that a lot, especially on fan channels, in TalkSport, all the rest of it. That's the highlighted thing, right? What people need to talk about is how do you react to those things and what character do you show? And I've not seen a character-driven performance from an England team like this for quite a while. So I'm very, very impressed with today.
Pranchance just said there, Reese, that it was. I agree with him. It is the toughest game.
Yeah, on paper, I think Ghana will give us a lot more problems because they're a bit more pacey than Croatia. Croatia are a bit more of a passy team, whereas Ghana have got pace that can really hurt our fullbacks. So we need to be careful of that. But on paper, in terms of pound for pound, I think, it probably is the toughest game of the group. But I thought we handled it really well. I thought second half we were excellent second half.
It puts us in prime position, doesn't it, Wayne?
Yeah, no, I've just googled it, and it says that Croatia ranked 11th in the world. So that is, I didn't think they were ranked that high, to be honest. I thought they'd be in the 20s. So you can see why they are very, very tidy on the ball. And if they get the opportunity, they can get into the box to create chances. Yeah, that's true. You said dangerous up front, Reece. Yeah. Yeah, so that's that is impressive. To score 4 goals against Croatia, and to obviously 2 goals, passion came out in the second half, and to not let any more goals in, brilliant.
I mean, the only one that's possibly up there is 82 when we beat France 3-1. Brian Robson scoring in about the first 5 minutes. But that wasn't the Croatia side that we know, is it? That's an aging, disappointing Croatia side.
Yeah, it's a Croatia team where you could argue a lot of their best players are now aging out, and also Kovacic obviously had a season where he was filled with injury problems as well. I think we dealt with their best players really well as well. Obviously, Mandzukic as well up top, who, was a talisman for them for a long time. So yeah, you can argue that, but you can't also look away from the fact that coach has, coached them for 9 years now. He's obviously overperformed every time with them at every competition, inferior to where they are in the world, irrelevant of what players they're able to put out there. He's very tactically smart. He does different formations, different shapes. And also, the thing that struck me about this, Chris, was I didn't expect either team in the first 20 minutes to be going direct. I expected it to be a quite tight, nervy affair where it was going to be a lot of, shutting the opposition down on both sides. And we didn't get that. And, neither team really would have been prepared to see the opposition do that. And I think that's what made it such a fascinating encounter from that point. And also it shows you the unpredictability that you will face in this World Cup. I mean, Southampton spying techniques might not actually do the world a good, because ultimately when you're in there in the moment like you are today, you just got to turn up and battle, and you've got to turn up and win your duels. You've got to turn up and make direct runs. And it was so refreshing for me as someone who has been a critic of Southgate, and I like him as a person, but the style of football I felt had a limit and a ceiling, and it was here. And it was nice to see just, the fullbacks bombing on, getting ahead of the wingers. It was nice seeing players really going for it, and just seeing that encouragement from a group that was going going to support that process and what we're trying to do. I'm really encouraged from this, but obviously it's a long fall down, as Nate has said there, against Ghana. If Jordan Ayew turns up, which by my were a Leicester fan channel, was probably the jinx we're going to face.
Indeed. You come for there, Reese.
I am. My back's hurting because I was quite intense during that whole thing. The pressure of being on the commentary team, but also trying to keep it neutral, sort of thing, because I'm a very emotional England fan. I get right into it, and as you can tell,
I always keep it neutral. You just go for it, mate. I'm naturally that way. You just go for it. Bud.
You're allowed, as the co-commentator, you are allowed to go for it. Tom has to keep his cool, But and I just think I'm gonna have to get you one of Roy Keane's shirts, aren't I?
Yeah. Well, it's his job, isn't it? If I hear someone,
have you seen what he's wearing, Roy Keane, tonight?
Yeah, it's a bit flamboyant for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is that? A Japanese peace lily? What's he doing?
It's a bit posh for Roy Keane.
It just doesn't go with him, does it?
It's turning woke.
Yeah. That was your Hot Fuzz reference there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Japanese peace lily. Look, we've had this banter about Southgate and Tuchel and all this, and look, I just don't think that he deserves the criticism he got. When you look at who we had in the past, I think he was a big improvement. As I said at the start to Wayne, in a way, Tuchel is like, it's hard because he's coming in after a fairly decent manager, 2 semi-finals and, a quarter. But he got it right at half time, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he gave him a bit of a rollicking at half time there. I think I don't think he was too happy with the defensive structure because we let in 2 poor goals to give away. But he clearly tweaked it at half time. I think he had a word with Bellingham to get more in the game, and he certainly did that with an absolutely fantastic finish in that far corner. The thing is with Southgate, Chris, I can't fault him in terms of on paper what he did. He got us to 2 finals, a semi-final and a quarter-final. But I just think he lacked what Tuchel has. Sees that we need to change things up. And tonight, I don't think you'd have seen Southgate done what Tuchel done tonight. Made the right changes at the right time. And the subs made a big impact, as you can see, with Marcus Rashford scoring. And Jed Spence, by the way. How rapid is he getting forward?
Yeah, I thought, yes. Bloody hell. The thing is, and I will say, credit here, I don't think he had the balls, and Tuchel's got the balls to make those big decisions. And I think he's got the history of winning things to be able to say, I'm going to make these big decisions. Wayne, at the start of the game, and I think I put up, with about 15 minutes in, we had like 75% possession in that. But like we say, possession doesn't win you games. Putting the ball in the back of the net does. Ended up pretty much a Brexit one here. 51.7% possession for England, 48.3% for Croatia. Did you ever feel worried? I mean, I jokingly said I asked who the guys thought would score the next goal, and Reece said Croatia. But did you ever feel worried?
No, and that's the strange thing. When the first half ended, it was a bit surreal, to be honest, because that goal kind of came from nowhere. It was just a very basic goal with amateurish defending, and he looked offside, and I thought the goal was going to be chalked off. And all of a sudden went in at 2-2. But I don't think I would at all. I don't think they would look very dangerous. I'd say that they're very technical and very tidy on the ball side. But no, I didn't. I thought it was comfortable. And I was never worried at all playing Croatia. And I think Tuchel's difference is, like Reece said, the substitutions, to make a triple substitution, 68 minutes. Thinking, well, that's a brave decision that we've not done before. I don't think we've done at such a crucial time, because we're only 3-2 up. And that just takes bravery, and bravery does win you things. And Tuchel took over at Chelsea, where he won the Champions League, then the UEFA Super Cup, and Chelsea won the Club World Cup. So he knows how to win things. Tuchel for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that is the one thing I would criticise Southgate for, and that's his substitutions. Look, we've seen virtually, I think, every team now, haven't we? At least once. Have we got anybody still to go? Oh, Ghana. Panama is the last game. Nearly said Panorama then. And I don't know, guys, sort of, I mean, how many games you've watched. I'll probably be better asking Craig this tomorrow. On that performance, does that put us up there, Tom, with the Spain and the Frances?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because it's a game of details to me what we saw in this. I mean, how Harry Kane was utilised was encouraging because there's a sort of player that they're going to, man mark. Chris, you keep stroking that trophy as much as you want. If you karma us, mate, they'll be after you, and you know it. Yeah. So no, we can't get carried away because ultimately, look, when it gets to the knockout phases, touch wood. I mean, I'm already talking knockout phases, But when we get to that, all being well, then the game changes. These mistakes, the pressure increases, right? I think what we've seen today is, like I say, the small details that make a difference. And like I say, I loved how Kane was utilised because you couldn't mark him. If you marked him, you were being dragged out of position, which then creates an opportunity for someone else to come in, be it Gordon, or be it on the day, Madueke, right? So I think the tactical side of it, I don't think we can have any complaints about at all. And I think that has been the slight difference as well. And just like I say, you've got to battle. Football's a game of gambling. There's going to be a lot of teams that we're going to play, especially probably Panama, who are going to probably chuck 10 players behind the ball all game. And at that point, then you've got to find a way to break them down. You've got to find options, and you've got to have different ways. So it was nice to see the set piece element for me as well. Just every corner looked incredibly dangerous, didn't it? And these things all add up into a point where you can feel really confident about your football team. And I was sat here just going, goodness me, I wish Leicester could play like this next season. I really do.
One day,
We all do.
One day.
We all do. Reece, look, I'm looking at it. We're top of the group. Either Panama, Ghana have still to play. I can kind of see that being a bit of a 0-0 or a 1-1, to be honest with you. But that puts us in a really, really strong position to win the group, doesn't it?
Yeah, I said in the commentary near the start of the game, I think it's really important that you win your first game. Get that monkey off your back, get the pressure off your back. Then you can play with a bit more freedom, because we can afford now to maybe draw a game, or not so much lose a game, but maybe draw a game and, not play with that such higher intensity and probably save it for like the latter stage of the competition, hopefully. But no, I've said to Tom, it was really important that we won tonight. I don't think a draw was a disaster, but I think it's really important that we get that win, and obviously 4 goals. And that will give the team massive confidence. And I'm just really excited with the way we played. It was fast, it was intense, it was quick, and it's something I've never seen from an England team before.
It was quite exciting to me just to see how we looked at how we matched up against Croatia. And yes, they're not the best team, but they're number 11 in the world. So if you take that by account, we're number 4. Like, the thing that got me was we had them for pace at the back. We had them for pace in the middle. We had them for pace at the top of the pitch. And that's encouraging when you look at everyone else you're going to have to come up against, because their teams will get stronger, obviously. But you think about the team selection, your squad selection, that's the first stage to can you win a tournament, and there's a lot of things that people said on the outside of, I would have taken this person, I would have taken that person. But honestly, apart from maybe a bit of a shakiness from John Stones at times, I still felt that everyone there on that pitch was head and shoulders probably the better player on the day.
Wayne, did we miss Harry Maguire?
No, we didn't actually. And I wasn't happy that John Stones was included, and because Harry Maguire, he's had a brilliant season for Man United. In fact, he's been exceptional for Man United. No, not really. But what's interesting is, as the first half developed, you got 4-2-3-1, different things like that. I wanted to play as a back 3 and have 2 wing backs in this game, to be honest, when I picked my team initially. But you got Nico O'Reilly and Reece James almost playing as wingers anyway. I mean, they were both high up the pitch with just a back 2 sometimes, and they were dropping. One was staying forward and one dropping back. And as Tom said, it's the fluidity and the connection between the team I thought was very impressive. Like Tom said, Kane, impossible to mark 'cause he's coming back. But then the rotational play of the team, I thought was exceptional today.
And Tom, do you think the likes of because no, if we win this group, even if we win the group, it could be a tough run to the final for us. We could be seeing the Argentinians. I mean, the Brazilians at the moment are only third place qualifier. But do you think the other teams, fancied teams in this group, will be looking at England going, fucking hell?
Yeah, I think there's been a bit of a marker there. I think any of the teams that have scored more than, say, 3 goals, I think everyone will be looking at them and going, how do we deal with this? And like I say, I think a lot of it you've got to put down to the tactics, I think the team selection's great. I think, the players we got are great. I think, the good thing is as well, they seem a united group. The things of management you can bring to that is also removing that kind of tension, that sort of, expectation. They seem to be very united. If I was them, I'd be the manager, I'd be determined to shut the noise out. Don't even listen to anything. Just go game by game, focus, play your stuff. You know how good you are. And I think with that, there's definitely a real strong hope here. And also, obviously it does help that we've seen other teams look like they're faltering a little bit. Obviously, Spain only got a draw, didn't they? And then you go, well, are they as good as people say they are? Are they more, if your Mal's not fit, are they going to struggle a bit more than what you think? It may be Ronaldo playing for Portugal is actually a hindrance because actually it seems be actually with him like they struggled actually if they had someone else, maybe Gustavo Ramos up there instead, perhaps. I don't know, but I think that's the interesting thing, isn't it? I think we can be very confident on that. I mean, but it's a long way to fall from here. I mean, the focus should be just get to the next game against Ghana and hope we stop we're scoring from the halfway line.
Yes. As long as we don't break his leg, we do want to be able to sell him for some money.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Reece, it's a lot of this is hypothetical, of course, but would that England team have beaten? And I'm trying to think who they played. Cape Verde. That was who held Spain, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, Spain turned up to that game quite arrogant. I thought they could just pass them to death and eventually then break them down. But I think if we play like we did tonight, with the way we were pressing, I don't think Cape Verde would have coped with us at all. But I know it's as if buts and maybes and stuff, but I do think we'd have wiped the floor with them. I'm not trying to be too arrogant or anything, but I thought Spain with the way they played and they try and pass it around, turned up very arrogant. No, we don't need Lamine Yamal today. We don't need Nico Williams today. We'll be fine without them, and they got what they deserve.
Is there an argument we'd probably fear more the Japans and the Moroccos than actually the Spains, ironically, and the Brazils? Do you know what I mean? There's almost like that little bit. We lost to Japan in the friendly, didn't we, guys? Sorry to interrupt that, Chris, but it's kind of a different profile of team, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've got to say, Wayne, taking on that point is that, look, I'm joking around, it's coming home, got the World Cup, etc., etc. We could go and we could, lose to Ghana and draw with Panama. It is a case. This is England. We win our opening game. It's the toughest game of the group. And then we'll go, dare I say, remind people of Costa Rica.
Yeah, and this is my whole thing about pep ball. So playing Spain are the archetypical pep ball, but they couldn't break Cape Verde down because teams now, that Cape Verde team, they were really tidy on the ball. They weren't just booting the ball long. When Spain's attack broke down, and they were very athletic, they were very competitive, but also when they got the ball, they were passing around Spain's forwards and Spain's midfielder, bringing the ball out. And that was a big part of them able to get that result. So, and one thing I do like about England, our wing play was really good. So we're not doing these sort of pep ball, recirculating the ball. I think we were quite direct in our forward play, and especially down the wings. And we exposed Croatia down the flanks, which is very encouraging because it showed. Even Pickford was playing some long balls from the back. So we are mixing up the way we kind of approach trying to get into the box even.
I want to pick up a very quickly point you said there earlier, Tom. And I hadn't realised actually until you said it, but there wasn't a yellow card, was there?
No, it didn't seem to be, unless I missed anything, which would be typical for me doing a commentary on this channel, Chris. But it didn't seem. but
I wouldn't mention that.
no, you would. You wouldn't give me a floppy award for such a thing, would you? Which I was happy to accept. I'm glad to be an award winner or something. And hey, my commentator idol's Murray Walker, so I'm happy to take that one on the chin.
We love a bit of Murray Walker. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but it's interesting, isn't it? Because it shows you the ref.
Sorry,
Right.
Interesting because of the referees, isn't it? You think the first game, obviously, where the referee was very card happy, and I mean that's something you've got to consider going forward as well. This referee seemed quite happy to let the little niggles, the little sort of foot on a player, the sort of knee in the shin, the sort of all that stuff kind of go a bit. That might not happen in other games. So that's the interesting thing about what we're going to face coming up as well.
I mean, I'm just looking here, Reese, and I'm presuming, it was a French referee. So European football, because some of the refereeing we've seen from the so-called lesser nations, it has been a bit questionable at times.
It has, yeah. You had the controversial decision yesterday with France and Senegal with the penalty. You've had 3 red cards in the first game with Mexico, South Africa. I mean, I thought the referee did really well tonight. I don't think he were. I think he, like Tom
I don't
said,
remember anything he did, which is a good thing when you're saying that about a referee.
Yeah, it was a good all-round game of football. There weren't no controversy apart from mainly probably the penalty, but apart from that, I think that was probably one of the better refereeing performances we've seen this World Cup. In terms of letting the game go. No, come on, let's get stuck in. Come on, get on with it, sort of thing. And I'd love to see that more officiating like that in the English English game.
Yes. I mean, Wayne, VAR, it seems to be working reasonably well in this World Cup, doesn't it? Quick decisions, we're not hanging about.
Yeah, and it seems like football is centre stage, whereas the criticism for the Premier League is, the stars of their own making, aren't they? Law unto themselves. They're taking over the game in the Premier League. I'm sorry, but this shows you how we loved being in the Championship, didn't we? When the VAR wasn't there, because it slowed the game down. Yet you watch these games, and none of these games I've watched seem interrupted by VAR in the slightest.
No. They seem to be making quick decisions, getting it to the referee. And I think it was one game. It was a corner, and but it was actually changed to a goal kick. It was that quick. Last couple of questions, one each for you two guys. I mean, when I'm looking at this, I mean, I can't believe that these are the stats I would have loved to have seen last season for Leicester. England's XG 2.8. We never got to 2.8 for Leicester. Croatia's was 0.71. We had 22 shots to their 10. 11 on target. We had more shots on target than they had shots in total. They had 5 on target. We had 36 touches in their box. They had 17 in ours. Pickford only made three saves. Mind you, it's probably how red his face was, scared they were strikers. I mean, when you look at that, did we dominate as much as that would appear that we did?
It was a question too, mate, to me.
You, Tom, sorry.
Yeah, no worries, bud. No worries. I thought I might have missed it. I think yes and no. I mean, like you can't forget the phase of the game, right? Because there's certain phases of the game where it can swing the other way, and Croatia had those shots, But then the great thing was how we managed to raise our game to get around that, and it does pad the stats out a bit as well, doesn't it? So, I mean, yeah. So no, I don't think it was as dominant as people think it was, but that's not a criticism because I think the qualities that you get from that sort of experience can carry you further. And I think that's what the team said. Well said, Steve. And I mean, goodness me, I want to see Aluko doing this for Leicester next year, doing the right back burst into the box and stuff like that. I mean, if you're watching Russell Martin, hi, welcome to the football club, mate. That's how we want to play. I know we haven't got that quality of player, but that's sort of football, and try and get some players like that, please. Come on, mate. You can do it. Woo.
Last question before we go to picking our man of the match. So be warned, ready for that, guys. Reese, this has probably got me. At one point, I'm going to admit, at one point while the game was going on, I was actually booking my coach tickets to London. I only
Calm
went.
down. Calm down.
No. This is to see an NFL game, believe it or not. But
Oh,
I
right.
went on, and it was like £6 each way, which was cheaper than when I looked at it like 10 days ago. So I thought, I'm booking these. And I forgot what the question was now. Oh yeah, but I'm getting watching that game. Yeah, I think we've been waiting that long because it's last but one game from the first round of games, and I've not really got into it. I know Craig, who I do the World Cup diary with, has been watching virtually every game. I've put it on, and I've ended up going off and doing something else, or ended up on my laptop doing YouTube while the football's on. But I think now that England have started and started so well, I think for me, this is the World Cup starting now.
Well, I think for me, I've been driving around, obviously Leicester, and I'm seeing the lack of England flags. It's like people are not, with everything that's going on in the world, people are not really.
It's only because you'll get arrested if you put one up.
Oh, it's really such utter nonsense.
Yeah.
But hopefully this performance, and they'll give, with how much intensity and how much effort we played with, hopefully it will give the England fans a bit more like, oh, okay then, like, maybe get a bit more on board with it, sort of thing. But with everything going on in the world, I think everyone's taken their attention off the World Cup. So hopefully this performance will bring the country a bit more together, and hopefully believe we can believe that we can go on and do it.
Yeah. I hope we didn't catch you snorting something off the table then, Tom.
No. I was using my saliva to roll something for afterwards, a cigarette.
Right.
You don't like me seeing my rollies on camera, which I get, mate. It's bad
I
for
don't
the
know where
show.
that conversation was going, so I'll quickly move on. Wayne, last question to all of you. I don't want to see you rolling anything on camera. Come on, the door was open there. It had to be walked in.
My eyes are fine, thank you.
Wayne, your man of the match.
Blimey, that's a good one, that is. I'd say Bellingham, because I think he had a complete performance. He made a lot of tackles. I checked on his stats. Made a lot of tackles. I love it. Anderson, he does what he does all season, quietly, very, very effective. But Bellingham, his attitude sometimes gets the better of him, but that is the most complete performance, for all-round performance.
Okay. Tom?
I'd love to give it to Tuchel, but you're not going to let me have that, are you?
Nope.
Oh, such an ass. Because that's a performance where Tuchel did a great job. I like to go left field. I'm going to go for Anderson. I think he was just.
You took mine.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was trying to be clever. Okay. I'll let you have Anderson. Because
it's all right. It's all right. I've got another one.
I'll go for Harry Kane.
No, you can look,
I've got another one. I have got another.
You can agree on the same. No. It's not exclusive. It's not a case of like, oh, he's picked it, so I can't now.
No, I know. But I feel like I've stolen your thunder there, Reece, and I thought it was a clever pick. Yeah. I mean, you can argue a lot of them, can't you? I mean, I'll go with Anderson. I think the good thing was he was almost invisible, but he was always there, which I think is very important. Bellingham was great as well. Kane was great as well. Madueke had a pretty good first half, didn't he, as well? Yeah, I think you can argue him up. I'll go with Anderson.
He wasn't substituted either, was he?
No, that's part of the reason he played the whole game. Yeah.
Reece?
I have to agree. Elliot Anderson, I think he's the most. I'm going to say this now. I think he's the most important player in that team. I think he allows Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, Madueke, Gordon, Saka, whoever, and Kane to do what they do. It sets the tempo of the game. I think his passing and his line breaking passes were absolutely exceptional. His long balls over the top. He has a different variety of passing to his game. I think he's going to be so important for us during this World Cup. And I think if we'd have had somebody else in there, we might have we've seen a different outcome tonight. I think he's so important, Elliot Anderson.
No, that's fine. So 1 to Bellingham, 2 for Anderson. Guys, thank you very much. we're not going to officially do a ham sandwich. That wouldn't be fair. But if I had one, I would be giving it to John Stones. I think any defender that turns his back on a strike at goal needs to ask himself what's he doing on the pitch, and he did. And that if he hadn't done, they probably wouldn't have got that goal. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Wayne, Tom, Reese, great show, all of you. Thank you very, very much.
Pleasure.
You're all welcome back for the Ghana game. I can't even remember when that is, but it's getting late. So we'll go off now. 5 days. It's in 5 days. I haven't even got the brains to work that one out. But
silly.
I'm rushing because you've got to be up at 6. So
I have, mate. Yeah, I have.
But
I'm surprised you didn't know because you love Jordan Ayew so much. I thought you'd be tracking his every move on social media.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Me? I don't know what you said. I just did Wout Faes play for Belgium, by the way? I can't remember.
Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Silly.
See, that's why I've got no interest. If once Wout Faes, well, if he was picked or whatever, then I'd be there. Anyway, guys, thanks very much. Have a good night. Well done, England. Thanks to everybody that's been in the chat. Really appreciate you being here with us. And hopefully see you all for the next game. Good night.
Ta-da.
That's it for another show, and from all the team at Leicester Till I Die TV, thanks for watching, listening and getting involved. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss another show. Memberships are also available. Check out the link in the description below. Until next time, football fans, keep the faith and keep it Leicester Till I Die.
That's all, folks.